Hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, nice. Hey, hey, how are you? How's everyone doing? So, I wanted to invite some guests to speak to me tonight. So, if you want to be part of this panel, you can go ahead and just like request a spot, and then I'll just like put you on and then we can talk. Oh, you're welcome, honey. Do you guys think Martine Moise is guilty? Because I definitely think that she. Okay, I think this is better. Yes, this is better. I definitely think that she's hiding something, but I just wanted to see what you guys thought. So let me know if anybody wants to join this conversation. Am I saying this right? Anna Zaria? Thank you so much for saying that. If you guys want to be part of this panel, just like send a request and then I'll put you on the panel so we can talk about what's going on with Martine Moise. Sylvie, do you want to come on and tell me why you think she's guilty? Hey guys. Get my people invited. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. I believe she knew what was happening to him. Yeah, I definitely think so too. You can't be like the president's wife not know what's going on, you know? So if there's like someone like I feel is pretending like they don't know what happened, obviously is lying because who assassinated the president and people their hands are involved in it. Definitely people knew, and definitely she knew too. I think something I want to get to. I think she knows something for sure, and she's just not like not telling us. Hi everybody. Martine Moise, Love 21. We're talking about Martine Moise, the of the former president who was assassinated. Welcome back. How you doing?
Good, 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 good.
Yeah. Hi, Miss Onoe. Hi, how are you? Tonight we're discussing Martine Moise and if we think she's guilty or not. You can't hear me? Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now? Juan Cruz. Oh, cool. Better. All right. Oh, definitely. She should have been the first one to get arrested, but unfortunately. Yeah, I think like I think that she strategically let herself get shot in order for her to, escape being a suspect. So like Vince Smoke is back. Vince Smoke, welcome back.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Fine, you?
Please.
The love that I have for my beautiful Haitian women, I love y'all dearly. I hate the idea of her having something to do with it just for the fact of history that it was a Haitian woman that set up the thing. But it's not making sense. 1 plus 1 is not equal to in this situation. It's giving me 4. But I hate that idea because I love my Haitian woman, right? Part of history, 20 years or 50 years from now, it was like, oh, his wife had something to do with it. I don't, the love that I have for you, I don't like that idea, but it's not making sense at all. Especially when I'm hearing things like the bed that supposedly she hid under, there's no way she could have fit under
Yeah. 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 Like I don't like the idea either because mwen panse tankou si yo te vin ta dekouvri ke like se Martine, ki gen mel nan bagay sa, suspect like pay ap pou an gros sezisman, like because that's just, traitor behavior. Like that pa tankou like on pigo tret, ke tret. He sounds like he don't pay bills.
If I
Who's
can add
talking?
something, I have my family that still lives in Haiti. We
Mm-hmm.
had that conversation about Martine when that thing happened. I think it was 2020. All of them believe that she's guilty in some kind of way. They don't believe that she has nothing to do with it because that story was fishy from the start, So everything you guys are saying, like people in Haiti, like ça fait longtemps qu'ils se sentent comme ça. Yo kon bagay la, yo konnen que mademoiselle probablement coupable de certaine façon. Alors, pour moi, m'pa ta kwe faut nous paix pour nous dire parce que même sorti bagay dans tout.
Yeah, like I'm afraid for her to be guilty parce que Haïtien tout côté, it's not something that she's gonna be able to live down if she's found out to be guilty. Like it's a whole bagay tuye tetu. Once everybody finds out you had something to do with this, you gotta die. Because it doesn't matter if, the president was good or the president was bad in the eyes of the general public. Mun na tege tangen titla. That's his title. So there's a sort of respect and a sort of loyalty that, that is expected with that title. So if it's like I'm just like so afraid for her, like who am I? Like I'm so deep and nosy. I have like notes that I've been taking on this, and I've been stalking tout interview que li fait, qu'il était en français, qu'il était en créole, qu'il était en anglais. Like I have documented all of it. Et puis, it is so inconsistent, guys. It is so inconsistent, and I'm scared for her. Truly.
I think she might be CIA or something.
No, I don't think she's CIA. Because my theory is that Lee Apwen qui fait quoi arriver, and then she tried to let it happen, but happen in her favor. Parce que m'ba konnen que si nous like know this, le yo te vin avec Colombia yo, originally the plan was to put Emmanuel Sano as the president, right? And then like they found out that he couldn't become president because again he's an American citizen. They get on like retire citizenship. So they found out that he couldn't be president anymore. Et puis yote by Wendy Taylor, the judge. Et puis moi suspect que li apprend c'est Wendy qui parle pour un place là. Et puis lui fait plan par Joseph. That's what I think happened.
Can I make a comment? If you mind, can I make a comment?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I just want to say that I'm someone who watches your videos and I really enjoy them. And I do make comments on your videos. I don't know if you notice. I love the fact that you call out the corruption, the elites. That's one of the biggest things I love that you do. You call out I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't consider them to be elite people. I just consider them to be oligarchs
Yeah.
because I feel like over time, I think obviously not all elites, most elites in the world do not care about the majority of the population, but at the same time, they still do give a little back while they're taking a lot. These people do not give back and they're taking a lot from the people who are already struggling. So I always appreciate you do that. And I think these people need to be known to the mainstream media because, in my opinion, I feel like it's not fair for like poor Haitians who have no involvement in the government who are getting blamed because it's always looked at, oh, we're the one doing it to ourselves. And I
Right.
guess these people are part of our country, whether we like it or not. But
Right.
I think their corruption needs to be exposed.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. Absolutely.
but
Because
I do disagree with you on certain things regarding these people.
yeah, not a problem.
The only thing I will say is that countries naturally do have elites. I think these people, even though we always had corruption among our elites, but I will say the last 40 years, these people are not the same people who ran Haiti in the 1800s to early 1900s. I disagree with you on that because our elites back then, even though they were probably mostly mixed race, some black, they still contribute to the building of our nation. I don't know if you look at old photos of architecture and stuff like that, they contribute. These people, in my opinion, I think Duvalier hated the old elites because they probably were corrupt. But one thing he did, he created a whole new elite that was mostly foreign and are not part of our how I say creation of our nation. Because I remember one of their elite families, such as Accra, was like he did an interview for French magazine when he said, "Oh, his grand grandfather migrated to Lebanon. Obviously, they came in poor, but he did say his father did start a business, but they really weren't thriving until Duvalier gave them a chance, and he said he owes his life to Duvalier." So he wasn't even talking about Baby Doc. He was talking about Papa Doc. So when I hear
Right.
people keep saying Papa Doc was anti-white, mulatto, in reality, Papa Doc allowed these families to replace the old elites.
Right. I mean, like when I say this, I'm actually just like pulling direct quotes from him. It wasn't that I guess like I can be a little bit more specific in my videos.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he did allow a certain group of these families to thrive and flourish in Haiti, but there were limits to what they could have done because he truly was pro-black and he was a friend of Marcus Garvey, who was
I'm sorry, Blendy. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I do
yeah.
not believe Duvalier was for the Haitian masses. I think he made it seem like he was for the Haitian population. I think he started that way, but he switched up real quick. He
Yeah, I
didn't
mean that's
care
usually what
because
happens with like dictators for sure, definitely. Because
I'm
it gets to
sorry.
a point where like
Let me tell you something. I understand a lot of black Haitian admire this dude, but he did not do anything for the black population. And number two, some people like to say, "Oh, it's his son. It's Baby Doc." No, Accra, the Vobes, Biggio all thanked the daddy, the so-called pro-black daddy, not the son who married Michelle Binet. So I'm not gonna give Duvalier credit. He might have started like a good guy, but he didn't do anything for the masses. And there are some evil people who do evil in the country, but also contribute. I don't think Duvalier contributed to our nation. I think he stalled our nation for a good 30 years. And what's going on now, he helped created it. Because
No,
those
I don't agree.
families are fighting to keep the monopolies he gave to them.
yeah,
I don't
that's
agree.
partially
No, I
true.
don't
That's
agree with what you
partially
said.
true. Go ahead.
And what fact that support your argument that he wasn't pro-black?
He was not. He was not. He did nothing
But
for the
is
mass
that your opinion,
population.
or do you have facts behind it?
Why do we admire this dude?
Because when he was in power, there was no territoire pedzi. The pep wasn't in Grangu. The kids went to
That's
school.
because of the previous president, not because of
No,
him.
it was because of him. Haiti was thriving on Haiti blood and sweat, not the outsider.
Oh my God, I disagree. I think he led to the
No,
destruction of our
listen,
nation. He
listen.
kicked out a lot
Listen,
of
hold on.
Haitians
Give me a
who
moment. Give me a moment.
he,
Give me a
he
moment.
brain drained our country. And I'm not
No,
talking about the fancy rich
no,
families.
that's wrong. You see, my brother is she from the Diwali era. She hate Diwali, right? But me, I'm the type of person I like to look at facts, not just opinion. Haiti was thriving when the father was in power. This is where the Diwali problem started, is when the father died. Now the
The
people that
father
was
didn't
talking,
kill 50,000 people.
what?
The father didn't unalive 50,000 people. So you
But
trust the guy who was backed by the
that's
U.S.?
see, that's the thing. That's what Haiti need though. You don't understand these Haitian people like I do.
So we
Now,
need a dictator.
yes, we need a dictator because the
Okay,
Haitian
I'm done.
Good
population.
afternoon, everybody.
Listen. The Haitian population as a mass, these people are backward. They cannot think for themselves.
Can I
See,
interject here real quick?
that's what Duvalier did. Now you see people
Wait, hold
like
on,
You
Mr.
sound like
B.
a white tea supremacist.
Hold on, Mr. B. Let me give B Willie his interjection, and then you can answer him. What's going on, Willie?
First off, good afternoon to all y'all and everybody
How are
listening.
you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I really, I'm not happy with both TGG and I don't know the gentleman that was talking. I don't know if it's Mr. Beast with the way you guys approach this conversation. In fact, I'm gonna start with Mr. B's. The way you approach this conversation, it's very much so from the perspective of the Western ideology, right? And for us to understand the mindsets of Haitians, we have to understand the multiple events that happen in Haiti that derail progress in Haiti when it comes to education, economic prosperity, and so on and so forth. I'm not a supporter of Duvalier. My dad, the man, my dad almost didn't make it because he was,
you see.
you know,
You see
a
what I'm saying? You
vocal.
see,
No.
can I have a moment?
Listen,
One moment.
listen.
One second.
I'm not using my
Right
dad
there, you
as an.
already throw me.
Hold
No
on.
matter,
Let me
what he does,
moderate
you're not gonna
let me
support.
moderate the time, Mr. B. Everybody gets 60 seconds to make their point, and then we'll return. Okay. So we'll give him to finish, and then you'll get 60 seconds to answer because we don't want anyone to keep interrupting each other. So Willie, finish, and then when you're finished, let me know so Mr. B can answer.
So my dad was a direct victim of the Duvalier regime, both dad and son, right? So to me personally, I should be the one that really, go after the Duvalier legacy. But I don't do that. I don't approach the conversation from that standpoint. I don't think a dictatorship will ever do anything for Haiti. I think Haiti need democracy more than ever. And democracy have never had time to thrive in Haiti. Every time we have a taste of democracy, the Western countries see how well democracy can, govern countries, especially countries that they deem to be where people of savage origin, live. They do their thing as usual and, make it seems like they need to put their own democracy into place. Haiti have their own version of democracy, and that's pretty much what it is. Duvalier, as far as the dad itself, did a lot of great things when he was in power. And the reason why we are not seeing the benefits of the Duvalier era, Duvalier regime, is just like how every type of crisis we have in Haiti, things will typically get lost, destroyed, and so on and so forth. Then you have multiple generation that comes and neglect to take care of things that people have put in place, and all of a sudden everything is erased. That's why we don't see the benefit of the Duvalier. And that's what's important for us when we debating these things online, especially in a public forum. We approach in a very educational way instead of saying stuff that is very much so inflammatory and from a bigot mindset. we have to really cool it down on that one. That's what I have to
Right.
say.
All right, perfect. Mr. B, you can go ahead and respond. You have about 65 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you. Me, my mother, she come from the Divali area. She told me all about them people, right? How they wasn't good, there wasn't this, there wasn't good. But to my understanding, they wasn't good is because there was a lot of people that want to go against the grain. If you want to go against the grain, I have to put you down. I got to do what I got to do. Now, the whole democracy thing in Haiti, the Haitian people is not ready for it because they wasn't, when they introduced them in democracy, they did not educate them what democracy really is. Haitian understanding of democracy is I could do whatever I want, with no repercussion. Me, I live in Haiti, bro. I'm not speaking from watching CNN. I'm not speaking from reading a book. I'm speaking from living with my people, really vibing with my people. You understand? Like, so my understanding is way different than yours, okay? Because I live with these people. So
I agree. I feel like there's always two truths, and if I'm just gonna take like 30 seconds to add my input, and then anyone can just follow and answer me. But I fully 100, well, not 100%, but like 50%, I agree with what Mr. B is saying, simply because Haiti is such a young country, and I feel like people keep forgetting that. And I was having that conversation with Dr. Glow this morning. Haiti is only about 214 years old compared to the United States, that's several thousands of years old, compared to Europe, that's several thousands of years old, where they started off in a monarchy until they gradually, maybe 300 or so years ago, turned into a democracy. So when people are saying that Haiti needs a democracy, yes, they need that. But on top of that democracy, they need a very strong leader that can lead them and hold that position of power for a little bit longer than the 4-year electoral process. And I'm not saying that I just want someone to lord over us for the next 10 years, but Haiti can't be a place where the government keeps switching every 4 years, where anyone can like start a party for their senators, chaque année, like every 4 years, you're hearing of these groups that you've never heard before. It needs to be something of the, for lack of a better words, Republican, Democrat, and then someone who sits over it. Not, every 4 years, party PHTK, party MTV, party of whatever new parties that keep coming up.
way too much. Way too much.
I would
It's
like to
way
add
too
something
much.
if possible.
It needs to be like centered, and then like someone they need a CEO. Haiti needs to be ran like a company, in my opinion. They need a CEO that stands there for 10 years. They need executive members, and then they can go ahead and descend into Congress, into Senate, into mayoral positions, into city commissioner positions, and that's what I feel needs to happen. Because if we just,
You know why I think?
go ahead.
You know why I like dictatorship for Haiti? At least because when they gave them that they didn't really educate them and how it worked. Because the Haitians feel like they could do what they want. It was a dimatin nèg la fait gros bruit nan tête a moun pa ka dormi ça.
This is not it. This is well,
So
Mr.
I
Beast,
think
with all
your
due
reasoning
respect,
is wrong,
Done
Mr. B,
well.
but
with all
hold on.
with
Does
all due
anybody want to
respect, this is
follow this
wrong.
one?
I would like to add a little bit more because I feel like we are the course that we are going in regards to Haiti is very much so misunderstood and misguided, right? First off, we have to understand exactly why we have things like so as the way the presidency is run in Haiti, as far as the electoral process in Haiti, and why it is in place the way it is in place now. And it caused a lot of problem, and a lot of people have been advocating for change for the longest time now, right? Because people have seen how bad it is for us to keep fighting, or at least we don't have a consecutive term like most countries have, and we have a separation when it comes to power between the executive officer, the president, and the prime minister, right? And it was put in place for a specific reason. Now I want to keep adding to, or at least push back against what Mr. B's keep repeating, right? And this is why it's important for us to have the right people in the conversation, because
Right.
this
Yeah,
man,
you can't just put people in jail parce qu'il a fait bruit à 3 heures du matin. That
it's
doesn't make
not
No,
right.
I
So
was,
it's not.
I was gonna say that's
I
not
was
the
It's
this an
it,
example.
it's not even.
Example.
Let me again. Mr. B's keeps saying that the Haitians are not educated in regards to X, Y, and Z. I agree. We have our people who are uneducated in the country. The number is pretty high. Among women, it's even higher, right? It's because of certain things that happen in history and blah blah and so on and so forth. But today we have a lot more educated people in the country than ever before, both men and women. So my thing, the pushback that I in regards to Mr. Beast is that you assume that I have not had any, experience when it comes to the system in Haiti. All right. And this is why I don't like when we're having a very much so respectful debate, because we keep pushing people's experience under the rug as if it doesn't really matter. Right. I survived the Gandamuda. I survived the Lakpakaka. Right. Like survive. Not just, oh, yeah, like I, heard in the news. I have firsthand interaction with people trying to destroy neighborhoods, police officers, coming at night in certain neighborhoods that were peaceful for the longest time, shooting overnight turned into a war zone. People are not used to that type of environment, right? I survived these things, but that's not going to derail my perspective in regards to me finding out the truth. The truth is, democracy, in a sense, when we talk about democracy, we're not talking about the United States democracy. We're not talking about Japanese democracy. Every country have their own version of democracy.
Right.
Every single country have their flavor, right? But the problem with Haiti is the fact that we have never had an opportunity to mature our own democracy. Because every time we have the opportunity to do so, and again, might be conspiracy.
What does our democracy look like?
To understand Haiti's democracy, to understand the version of democracy that's creating havoc or at least problem in Haiti, it's not.
No, you said you never had a chance to have our own, but what is our own democracy really look like?
What is democracy anyway?
Because it's democracy that gave us people like Andre Michel.
No, what is democracy anyway? Are you confusing democracy? Can I ask this question? Are you confusing democracy with mismanagement, with as far as like a oversight, right? That's human failure. That's not democracy. Democracy is the fact that you cannot arrest somebody because you feel like this person deserves to be arrested, right? Democracy is due process. Democracy is creating, opportunities for people. Democracy is, so
All right,
much.
can I interject?
Yeah, well, we haven't heard from you in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off if you didn't finish your point. I not strongly, but I partially agree with Mr. B on the fact that we need better education in Haiti. I don't think we can come up with a democracy be like, oh yeah, that's the right idea for us right now. I think the future, yes, that's where we should go. But we have to understand that I saw someone that said that not that long ago. I think it was Captain Ibrahim Traoré. He said that no country in the history of the world ever, what I said again, n'a jamais progressé sur la démocratie. He's right on that. Parce que si on pense aux anciens régimes, c'était quoi justement? T'avais des rois, t'avais des reines, dictatorship et tout. Sur de ce régime-là, où que les institutions sont tellement fortes qu'à la fin de la journée, tout le monde doit obéir d'aller dans la même direction. Moi, je pense pas qu'il faut aller dans une direction où que, justement, comme Mr. B l'a dit, que si les gens font du bruit, tu les arrêtes sans raison. Non, mais le problème qu'en Haïti, c'est que pas gain institution ou pas fort, yo faible. L'institution faible, ou quand on va écrire la constitution, qui ça force nèg pour obéir constitution? En rien. Et combien de fois la constitution Haïti bafouée tous les jours? Ça arrivait tout le temps. Mais si j'étais gain l'histoire Martelly, là où t'es commencé poursuivre, nous quoi c'est Madame Martelly ou Petite Martelly, ça on fait avec juge là. Yo tout yel. Alors les moun rive dit démocratie c'est meilleure solution pour Haïti qu'on y a. Pas d'accord avec barré ça parce que elles sont tellement faibles, moun yo pas qu'à forcer constitution pour que moun obéisse constitution. Alors pour l'instant, on croit que la meilleure chose à aller faire, c'est éduquer population, mettre institution au plus fort, puis les populations assez éduquées pour que moun yo comprenne comment que c'est une fierté pour haïtien, faut remettre pays et c'est là rendu là que n'a pas fait bagaille ça pour l'instant. Si on continue à parler de tout le temps démocratie, ben c'est quoi ça? C'est Haïti venu rentrer dans le pays, l'écraser le pays. Parce que là, on commence à payer moun qui travaille dans le Sénat, qui travaille dans le pour que yo cadrer les pays, ben à la fin de la journée, ben, on n'a pas besoin d'avancer. That was my point.
Let me ask a question.
TGG,
What is
hold on. Wait. Give me a second. TGG, I know you had something you wanted to say.
The reason why I was against the dictatorship, I understand where they're coming from. I guess that we need a strong man to kind of lead our country. I understand that part, but to me, the problem I have with the whole dictatorship thing, I also feel like we never truly had a democracy. Each time we tried, it always had internal or external influence.
100%.
That's why, and I understand why you want dictatorship, because you're trying to say, hey, we need to educate our people, make law and order. I get that part, but at the same time, it sometimes seems like Mr. B, you just like want to make a dictatorship out of the smallest thing. Like you said, 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't be playing
I was
music.
just I gave the wrong example since y'all grinding on
I want people to answer this question. What is democracy anyway?
Tan bon montre comment bagay démocratie a. Ouais démocratie c'est blanc te pote le bon.
Answer this question. What is democracy? No, what is democracy? Because you are going on a tangent. What is democracy? Answer this question.
I agree. Okay. You have to answer.
Haitian understanding of democracy.
What is democracy?
My boy.
Not the Haitian understanding, but democracy.
I have to give you the Haitian understanding in it because the American understanding is not what that's practiced in Haiti.
Nah.
It's not what's being practiced in Haiti. So I have to give you
what is
so you can understand why
purpose,
it doesn't work.
What is the general form of democracy? Not the Haitian understanding. What is democracy in general?
You have to answer
Bon boy example. Tan-moi, frère.
See, that's the problem.
Aïe. Vous, frère intelligent, frère. Tan-moi, bon boy example. Bon exemple comment démocratie ailleurs en Haïti vous entendez yo la démocratie nan men nou mais yo pas jamais dit comme ça mais comment démocratie ailleurs mais comment le servir bon exemple oui au cap mon paquet fatra au cap pas gen courant right peuple la pas le checker un magistrat pour ça non ou kon pour ça qui ça prendre président comme si you just like get there and puis les election
have
you
nothing
have
to do with
200
democracy.
candidates for president. What do you in America? There's only 2 major sides. There's only Republican and Democrat. And Haiti,
have
you
nothing
got
to do with
200
democracy.
of them.
That has nothing to do with democracy. That has zero.
C'est démocratie ça n'observe
So let me just say this way.
Wait, give me a second.
We don't understand this.
Hold on, give me a second, Willie. Brika, did you have something you want to say?
Yeah, can I say something real quick, please?
Yeah, thank you, honey. Go ahead.
Mr. B, so I'm sorry. Mr. B, so I think you want to say something, but you really go with somewhere too far. You go too far. Because of what? I think you have to try to give an answer about what is democracy. Democracy is when the power comes from the people. In Haiti, we don't have that. We don't have no power come from the people. They don't vote. Only one election they vote is for Aristide. After that, there is no election they people vote. When they go out to vote, they give you someone else. Now we don't have anyone we want to be in the office. You have to try to answer that. Democracy is that.
Hold on a second.
So you telling me me right now, l'em tal trempe doit moi pour Jovenel là et c'est m'pas de voter.
That's not what he's saying at all.
That's not what he said.
That's not what he's saying.
Okay, explain it better for me.
Let me tell you something. Pour Jovenel devine président là, ou connaît deuxième fois Jovenel rive pour Jovenel vin président, Jovenel pas jamais passé vin dans deuxième tour. Jovenel te perdu élection depuis dans premier tour, yo fait coquin, yo dit que élection pas de bon, yo pas le refaire élection pour te ka faire Jovenel passer. Faut qu'on dise ça tout.
Where's the fact? Where's
Deuxième
the
fois,
fact behind what you're
non,
saying?
listen,
Where's the fact
listen,
behind what
listen.
you're saying?
Listen, deuxième fois Jovenel Moute président, nous d'accord vrai Jovenel Moute président, mais combien de monde qui t'a voté? 15% moun. Un pays qui gon paquet moun là 15%
Côté
de
là,
la
t'as
population
voté.
qui a voté.
Est-ce que côté là, moi, m'ta là, oui, dek.
So,
M'te dans campagne,
let,
tout. M'te là,
let
m'ta
me
there, m'ta
let me
voté,
let me
m'ta
just say
voté.
this, right?
M'te ouais, moun yo.
When we have
Hold on,
Yeah.
Mr. B. Willie speaking. What's
when
going
we
on?
have these
Martine,
conversations,
Willie, you can talk. I'm behind you, Willie.
when we have these
Hold on,
conversations,
guys.
we have a
Willie is
lot of
speaking.
lot
you
of strong men opinion when we have these conversations, right? Again, the core principle of democracy, right? Rule by the people, like, you know, pretty much empower the people, right? Individual rights, right? Rule of law, majority rules, majority rights, fair and free election, right? Again, we can contest that the Jovenel Moise election, even the Martinez election, weren't fair and free, right? We can always talk about these type of issues, but when we talk about structure, political structure or government structure, and we're talking about fact and lie and no one is picking it up, that have nothing to do with democracy. That have something to do with the deteriorations of government structure. In Haiti, the way things are structured in Haiti, it is structured for the failure of our society, not for the success of our society.
But
That's why when we
Willie,
look at our constitution, the constitution was put in place to ensure no more dictators is born in that country. That's why we have this like gridlock situation when it comes to our politics, when it comes to the executive officer position. Haitians don't know that in the national level, you have the executive, we have the legislators, you have the justices, right? Right? And these are the three important body that ensure our democracy function the way it's supposed to function. Then when you go down to the commune, you know, or arrondissement, commune, section communal, then you see a lot more spread of responsibility. The problem is that we have people who don't understand their responsibility. Mayors who are responsible for the commune, they don't understand their responsibility, right?
Actually, I want to add to that. Hold on, give me a quick. So it's, to me, it's not that they don't understand their responsibility. I feel like they are overstepping their responsibility and not doing what they are supposed to do. Because when you put yourself into a position to serve the public, right? Because in order to be a mayor, you have to run for that election. So you kind of understand that there is a certain level of responsibility, respectability that comes with assuming a role like being part of the government. It's not that they don't understand, it's that they're just overlooking it and they are doing what they want. Because I feel like the majority of people who are in power in Haiti are people who just want to be in power to take advantage over the general population. Because let's not forget that Haiti, it breaks my heart to say it, Haiti is still very much 60% illiterate, and the people who are in Haiti who actually go to school and they do make the effort to get some sort of education, they turn around and use that education that they have, instead of helping the people, they are doing, what they can to put themselves ahead and not put Haiti as a whole ahead. And I think that's what the problem is with the candidates that we have in office.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
So, Willie,
You're
with
right.
that being said, how would you be able to implement democracy in Haiti if most people don't even know how to read?
Again, we start with the change of the constitution. I feel like it
that need to
due
change.
time
I agree with you with that.
for the Haitian constitution, especially the one that was given to us after Duvalier, need to be changed. We need to bring the power back to the executive officer in the country, which is the president.
That's what Georgia was trying to do.
I'm not advocating to do anything with the prime ministership, because again,
but I agree with you.
That's where I stop. Right?
I really agree.
A president who is elected by the people should be the one that bear the burden, right? Not pass it on to someone that is not elected. We know that the prime minister is the one that actually in a sense, most power, because people don't see the power of the president is symbolic in a sense, the way I see it, right? The prime minister is the one that has most power because he controls all the ministers. The ministers have direct effect in everyday life when we talk about Haiti. right? People don't understand that. Most Haitians don't understand that. I was having a conversation with my wife the other day, and I asked her, "What do you know about the Haitian government? You know, the structure of it." My wife come to the United States in 2017. She's like, "I don't really know anything about it," because there's so much that happened. I kind of like don't really then pay attention to anything in regard to structure and when it comes to, because right now I ask any Haitian, what is it? Qu'est-ce qu'on arrondissement? Right? They can't even tell me.
That's what I was trying to
ajoute ton point?
Right?
that structure of government.
Harold is new. Hold on, let's give him a shot to say something. Mark?
Ouais, bonjour tout le monde. M'a plus parler créole et puis
No
peut-être
problem. We're bilingual. Go ahead.
Yeah. Je pense que discussion sur démocratie en Haïti, comme un changement de constitution qui probablement qu'a fait un jour, je pense que son bon débat. Alors, il y a un peu de monde qui a une nostalgie de retour à la dictature. Ça, on comprend ça parce que il y a une déception sur démocratie en Haïti, surtout que démocratie n'est pas jamais appliquée vrai en Haïti. Même je pense que moun yo gon bien dans l'esprit yo sur qui sa dictature te fait, comme si nous gagnons un pays qui fait probablement de 86 à nos jours sous en apparence de démocratie. Mais le problème, c'est que nous fait de 1806, basically 1804 à 1985 sous dictature, ou bien sous des périodes d'interférence de quasi-démocratie, peut-être parlementaire, mais nous fait tout le temps en bas dictature. Et par contre, si nous remarquons ça, c'est que en dictature, te met fait 10 ans, te met fait 20 ans, te met fait 30 ans, à some point, il y a une nature peuple haïtien pour le révolter contre lui. Ça veut dire qu'il est extrêmement difficile pour faire une dictature qui est stable en Haïti parce que nous de nature rebelle. Et l'histoire nous montre ça. So, où est Duvalier? Duvalier commence à prendre frappe depuis 1963. So, le fait que Grenade Duvalier a commencé à prendre frappe depuis 1963, ou obligé tout le temps à prendre ces dictatures pour entretenir. Obligé à prendre ces dictatures pour entretenir parce que nous, c'est peuple haïtien, ça veut dire nous, c'est peuple qui bat la liberté. Nous mettons comme si l'histoire là, nous pas bailler, mais il marque dans nous le fait que nous sortions dans l'esclavage, nous pas arrêter à monde. So, le fait que nous pas arrêter à monde, plus ou le bat en dictature, c'est plus monde va révolter contre. Plus moun pral révolter contre, c'est plus ou pral obligé de ces dictature. C'est plus ou pral obligé de brider liberté moun yo. Plus ou pral brider liberté moun yo, c'est plus ou pral révolter encore, qui pral bon situation côté ou pral un monstre, et ou pas régler. Par exemple, dans 30 ans les Duvalier fait, yo pas régler dans pays comparativement avec, par exemple, Singapour, qui, dans la même période là, qui avec un pouvoir autoritaire, ben, yo réussi à avancer, mais nous-mêmes, nous pas capables, parce que nous pas supporter moun passer nous l'autre moun maltraiter nous peuple haïtien nous de nature depuis 1804 garder l'histoire pour être tout président qui gon apparence comme si de dictature nous rejeter le nouveau mille et nouveau mille très laid nouveau mille avec un pile violence donc pas ouais qui gens nous pral faire une dictature qui a marché avec peuple haïtien. Now, nous expérimentons depuis 1986 en forme de dictature qui parlait avec nous, en forme de démocratie qui parlait avec nous. Kounya, c'est qui gens n'a fait pour nous mettre en forme de démocratie qui est beaucoup plus participative parce que moi-même, moi, j'étais coincé dans ça. Tout le monde qui a dit démocratie, pas bon, moi, j'étais coincé démocratie qui fit peuple haïtien avec l'histoire. Parce que nous, c'est un peuple qui dit, moun pas nous tout d'ailleurs dans vaudou yo dit ça tout monde c'est moun pas gen moun qui plus passer moun so qui j'ont font bon peuple qui gon moto comme ça côté lui dit tout monde c'est moun pas gen moun qui plus passer moun et pour l'imposer une dictature côté pour dire OK qui est-ce pour le mettre qui pour le dictateur attendez qui est-ce qui pour le dictateur et puis haïtien d'accord tout le monde a dit mais qui
That's a real question.
Ouais parce que nous égalitaires nous sommes peuple qui est égalitaire à la base donc pour moi, c'est une démocratie qui est beaucoup plus participative, un bagage qui vraiment semble avec démocratie qui est beaucoup plus avancée au côté moun yo senti ou impliqué et je suis pas d'accord avec l'idée de dire que c'est éducation qui fait comme si qui fait démocratie. Démocratie c'est simple pour comprendre. C'est simple pour comprendre et garder tes associations, garder coopératives, garder combit qui marchent en province pour essayer ces modèles dictature. Les combit c'est pas des modèles de dictature, c'est des modèles de démocratie. So, l'esprit qu'on bit là, nous qu'à prendre, nous qu'à inspirer de lui, on bagay qui purement haïtien, et puis nous faire une sorte de démocratie à la qu'on bit quoi. Ça veut dire, c'est pas un modèle européen, mais c'est un modèle qui marche déjà dans les provinciaux. Mal travail pour vous, ou al travail pour moi, nous gon gens nous réunir le samedi, nous garder qui ça passé, nous garder ça qui bon, nous garder ça qui pas bon. Moun an dehors yo sans éducation, mais yo montre nous voix déjà. Probablement nous gon gros problème en Haïti, c'est que moun nan capital, moun qui semble nous qui kon li, nous penser que OK nous ka régler tout bagay, mais pendant ce temps moun en province qui des modèles yo bay modèle combit qui pour faire qui te fait agriculture marché avec ou avec ça peut avec bay yo, ça peut marcher aussi à grande échelle. Donc on essaie faire pour nous au moins pour nous qui ça ben c'est pas un modèle à l'européenne, c'est un modèle à l'haïtienne quoi.
Mark,
Eh ben,
I wanted to
eh ben,
ask a question real quick, 5 seconds. When was the last time we actually tried democracy? Wasn't it at the what's his name again? Aristide. What did he do with that guy? They kicked him out.
Parlez,
So,
parlez,
so that's what
parlez.
I'm asking. I understand what you guys are saying. I
But
support
we never
democracy.
tried democracy.
Huh?
We never tried it.
But that's what I'm saying.
We
Aristide
never
was
tried
elected
it.
at
Parce que
67%. He was elected.
démocratie c'est pas dans la loi que l'y fait. C'est
I understand what you're saying, my guy, but on revient encore sur mon point. Point blanc depuis le début, c'est que institution yo faible, pas de
Vince.
monde qui a protégé bagay sa yo. Alors, là, nous essayons de mettre un monde qui est démocratiquement élu, bagay comme vle qui arrive dans le pays, hein, ça yo prend, c'est drasse, avec tout nèg pa yo, yo mettez monsieur dehors.
Vince, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead,
please,
bro.
sir? Again, you asked the gentleman a question, which the gentleman was spot on, right? I'm sitting there on deal, right? Didn't grow up in the capital, my whole life I grew up on deal, I know freedom, right? I experienced Combit firsthand, I experienced the lifestyle, how people put together to govern their side, even though they've been neglected by the national government. Again, when we talk about Aristide in regards to the events that happened that remove Aristide from Haiti, you're trying to allude to the fact that it was because of democracy, right? And even though we've been telling you time and time, that's not an event based on democracy, right? Democracy itself is the idea that everybody have the right to do things. Everybody have the right to unify. Everybody, even when you unionize, democracy give you, right, the right to unionize, the right to bargain for yourself, right, or for a collective. That's democracy. When we talk about what happened to Aristide, again, what happened to Aristide have nothing to do with democracy. It's just pure corruption. And democracy have corruption. Doesn't matter where you go in the world that have functioning democracy. There's corruption everywhere. It's just
Exactly.
It's just that Haiti with the structure of our government, it makes it easy for foreign government to come in to inject some viruses into our social collective that create friction where people like Aristide can be ousted just like that, right?
And why
I'm
does
gonna
it happen
just,
though?
make two points here. Femme Haitian and Kiskeya, like this is a live debate. You guys do have to say something, or else I'm gonna drop you for somebody else who wants to speak.
Respect pour nous toutes. I was just waiting for you to call
Yeah,
me out.
honey, go ahead. You don't have to raise your hand.
Ok,
Just speak.
respect pour toutes messieurs, dames, pour intérêt nous avec contribution nous. Nous n'a pas les concepts démocratie. If you look at technology nowadays, et puis on va regarder qui genre élection qui fait passer dans les États-Unis, et pour regarder qui genre base maga totalement désappointé parce que tu prend président des États-Unis comme un espoir pour rétablir démocratie par yon. So goumen pour démocratie li pas exclusif à Haïti, ou gon paquet pays, premier pays qui exporte puis qui commercialise démocratie qui est États-Unis, yo still ap goumen pour lui. Et pour qui ça y a goumen pour lui? Premier ennemi démocratie, c'est corruption. Et puis démocratie, si on pas une démocratie ou ka difficilement corrompre un pays. Et le corruption c'est la part du gain. La pa du gagnant, c'est qui laisse cap ka acheter siège député ça. Qui laisse cap ka financer sénateur ça. Même ici aux États-Unis, nous avons assisté Elon Musk avec Trump qui qu'on y a vu l'ennemi. Qu'on y a Elon Musk dit comme ça, on ça gagne, nous allons bâtir un troisième parti. Et puis, objectif nous, c'est pas pour nous gagner présidence, c'est pas pour nous gagner majorité. Objectif nous, c'est pour nous gagner une balance du pouvoir qui est 2 à 3%. Donc, mais pour que monsieur arrive là, il faut gagner qui ça, il faut gagner moyen, il faut gagner infrastructure en termes de médias, il faut gagner financement, il faut gagner un réseau de monde qui gagne succès. So, là, parlé pour bien-être État et américain. So, pour conclure ça m'a dit, ça m'a trop long, c'est que tout autant que nous-mêmes en tant que Haïtiens, et bien là, parler de Haïtiens, pas parler de Haïti. Haïtiens. Majorité nan nous la parler là, nous pas Haïti. Tout autant nous pas un modèle ou un pilote que nous créons à l'extérieur de Zilea, que nous qui ont réussi pour nous implanter à l'intérieur Haïti. Nous pouvons gagner. Faut nous avoir certains modèles qui permettent nous pour les nous paraître l'autre bord dire oui mais qui j'en le marché mais qui résultat nous joindre avec et puis mais qui j'en nous adopter la caillou. So m'ta mené m'vle piquer curiosité nous pour nous garder modèle decentralized organization, autonomous decentralized organization. C'est une organisation qui est totalement autonome et décentralisée par le pouvoir de blockchain. Nous-mêmes Haïtiens, nous révolutionnons l'économie mondiale, nous abolir l'esclavage. Nous avons même opportunité encore pour nous faire avec blockchain. Et même au sein des États-Unis, dans la dernière élection qui s'est passée, blockchain avec Bitcoin a une grosse influence sur l'élection président. Quand il y a même monde qui voit monsieur sous pouvoir là, même monde ça y a organisé pour que Bitcoin, pour que blockchain technologie, crypto, pour aller au-delà de élu qui prend le président. So, nous gagnons, nous représentons 20 milliards de dollars annuellement aux États-Unis seulement en termes de revenus. Nous voyons 4 milliards de dollars par année en Haïti à chaque année, qui représentait 30% PIB Haïti. Mais à chaque fois nous voyons comme Haïti, même moun n'a plein pour yo, c'est même moun ça qui a fait 10% profit sur tout comme vous voyez par famille. C'est eux qui contrôlent le secteur agroalimentaire pays. So nous-mêmes, avec 20 milliards que nous gagnons aux États-Unis seulement, nous avons un pouvoir économique que si nous organisons d'abord, nous prendre non seulement contrôle bout ouest Ziléan, nous prendre contrôle tout Ziléan et puis nous établi système que nous besoin avec propre decentralized autonomous organization. So portons attention sur ça et ça me dit sur ça. Discussion de démocratie n'a parlé ça c'est des bagages du passé. Qu'on y a avec nouvelles technologies, avec AI, avec blockchain, porter curiosité nous pour même intention, intelligence que nous gagnons, intuition que nous gagnons, pour nous injecter, pour nous utiliser les outils ça, pour nous contrôler non pas seulement Zilea, mais le monde entier. Respect.
Bonsoir.
Hello? Let's B30, go ahead.
Bonsoir. How's everyone doing? I've been trying to join forever, but there was something going on. But I agree with the whole topic about Haiti not needing a democracy right now, because at the stage of degeneracy that Haiti is at right now, we need a strong man in terms of like a dictator. Because when we look at dictators, we often, they've gotten a bad rep. A lot of people say, you look at Saudi Arabia, those Arab countries, we may not like their internal politics, but at the same time, they have a...
Hey, listen, me and everybody else confused. We need a dictator.
No.
We also do a dictator is not the answer. We about to revolt.
Nou pa bezwe kom si yon ek diktade net, non?
No. Let me explain.
Let B30 finish.
But the real question is how will we
Kiske
choose
and
this
B30 at the
dictator?
same
Hold
time.
on.
C'est
Let's
qui
give
jeune pral
B30
choisir?
a minute to finish his thought. Go ahead.
Let me
Qui jeune
explain.
li pral paret?
M'pa konen si Haiti non point kote you're gonna choose somebody. Parce que the minute you try to choose somebody right now, nèg la assassiné déjà. Depuis en l'air, you know what I mean? So we can't we're at a place where we could modify things as we go. But pour commencement, ou besoin nèg k'ap dou men ki jan ba yo pral fonctionner, ki gen support peuple la derrière, ba yo move one step at a time. And then once we get to a certain level, you could, I obviously believe in democracy. It could be like a arrondissement level or a department level. You know what I mean? But for the most part, the direction of the country, it should be led by one singular guy because ça américain avec the Western countries comme fait, they do it to themselves too. Like we can see the last elections with Romania and Georgia. Chaque moun yo gen andan pa gen. Oh, it was, some went wrong. We had to do the election again until the guy that they want to win actually wins the election. That's exactly what's going to happen the minute we try this democracy, which is why Vince was talking about how they got rid of Aristide. They said there was corruption involved. He didn't really win, et cetera, et cetera. We can't, as African people, we can't let our internal politics be dictated by, foreigners, by colonizers who are going to tell us what should happen within our country. You know what I mean?
Let me respond to first of all. Let me respond to Kiskia first, then B30. It's insane, man. I can't believe my ears. Right. First off, this whole blockchain conversation, it's misguided, right? If we understand Haiti history as far as how strong our currency is, we should always push for the rebounds of the Haitian good. The Haitian good is very much so strong, and we have a proven history that we can get the Haitian good back to where it not per se where the dollar it used to compete with the dollar, but where it can compete with a lot of world currencies currently. So the blockchain thing, it's misguided. And another thing too, and the connection that I'm seeing with everybody that's talking about dictatorship in blockchain is fascism, right? That's the theme of these guys, mental capacity to understand how to fix the issues in Haiti. These guys are picking fascism over over democracy, a democracy that give people the freedom, right, to govern themselves, the freedom to elect the people that they want to elect, the freedom to do pretty much anything that they want to do under under the rule of law, right? Because when we talk about blockchain, and that's fascism, political representation based on economic interests, right? That's a lot of these guys talking about. You're talking about, we need a dictator, right? A suppressed dissent and opposition by just one figure who is so powerful. And if he doesn't, be a strong man, then we are not going to succeed. I do believe we need a strong leader, right? A leader that actually understands world politics, that actually understand decision affect not only inside his house but also outside of his house, right? He or she have to be that person, right? I can take an example as far as China. We know that what we know about China is very much so influenced by Western propaganda, right?
100%.
I don't think people understand how the Chinese politics work, and the thing that the Chinese government have put in place to minimize Western intelligence influence when it comes to when it comes to I don't know, and push dissent. That's how they gain control. When you are doing good, they push for dissent, just like how Aristide got pushed out, right? They pushed for dissent because Aristide, was pushing some very much progressive ideas. Yeah, some of the ideas that he had weren't really solid, and that's how you could have judged him, right? But again, we can't do that because of the events that happened that remove him, right? The way they removed him. Because the rich bourgeoisies that have connections in the international world stage, plus a few people in Haiti like Guy Philippe and others, they create this reality that Aristide was this and this and this, and the United States comes in under the Republican Party and they remove Aristide.
Willie, can I ask you a question?
Can I ask you something?
Oh, well, go ahead, Mr. B. Go ahead.
Ok, fom demokrasi wap pale mnan bwe pase m son tou ba reme diktak ya. Mwen men pou jan ma vive ak pepam konen bepam, jan papa dokte di a isen se de bagay ou bay manjou bay baton. Se sa ou bala isi.
Alright, I'm not agreeing with all of that, bro.
No, m just di sa, bam fin di sa mbal mando la. Fom demokrasi wap pale mnan lo vina avel, nek tan kou André Michel yo, Nek kap marche, nek tan kou Don Kato yo, kap pon kob nan men moun ki pa pitit peyi ya, parce nek sa yo, lor trase san yo, fami yo pat la 1804. Oui, fami tan kou vob yo, tan kou moun sa yo, fami yo pat la 1804. So Haiti pou yo même son yo vin la pou yo travay pou yo vin fè kom. That's it. Nan form demokrasi sa yo, komon pou al deal avec moun sa yo? Moun yo ka pon tête à peuple là, tant qu'on André Michel qui dit comme ça, barricade.
Can I respond to your question?
I would like to tag on to that as well.
Comme on dit la avec démocratie.
So let me respond to that question. First, before I can respond, I'm just gonna make a statement real quick. I know Blendine says that in Haiti there are like 60% of people are illiterate, right? I would like to add another 10% of that in the diaspora as well. Just because you have an education doesn't necessarily mean that you are educated, right? Or you went to school doesn't mean that you are educated. And I can see that in the Haitian diaspora by things that we support, and it is crazy. One, when we see people like Don Cato, people like André Michel, people like Dimitri Boulos and Mav, Brent, all these people, they are a byproduct of a system that was created to keep Haiti in one place. The way you go about removing these people, you have to start at the grassroots level. You have to start at the grassroots level. The people who have been affected by the problem the most, start with them. And that's how you regain control. They gamble.
Système ça va parler qui kembe pays en otage, qui part en faveur à pays. C'est démocratie que pote le bon oui.
Again, you're not listening.
Can I add something?
You keep talking.
I want to add on to what B. Willie is saying.
Can I add something?
Go ahead. B30,
All right.
Kiskea,
Okay.
and then Mark.
So the best thing I can do here is to entice your curiosity. Okay. When you look into the gold, the financial system, right, the dollar, it's all dying, right? Pick into what's happening financially in the world, and you will act accordingly. If you want to give power to the people, which tool will give more power to the people, and which obstacle and infrastructure have been put in place to take away the power from the people? Once you ask yourself these questions, then you can use these different opportunities that are in front of you and exercise your will. Okay? So, every people, because I hear that a lot, que Haïtien pa gen assez éducation pour yo ka conduire tête yo, pour yo ka accueillir démocratie, etc. Okay? First off, tout peuple dans le monde, et li pas conditionnel à niveau d'éducation yo, tout peuple dans le monde yo gen droit to self-determination. So bagay na parle de dictature by sao, it might sound good. I understand the principle that you want to push forward, but you have to find other energies, other vibration, other words to convey what you want to say than saying dictature. Okay? So
All right.
the first power that you want to give to their people is power over their land. Then you want to provide them the liquidity, the capital that they need in order to compete with the rest of the world. So that's all I want to say. Please, when somebody says blockchain is misguided and tied to fascism, etc., I can understand that there's a limited understanding of what blockchain is. But me, I'm all about getting you to look into it, not as an investment, but as a tool to use to free yourself and to protect your land.
All right.
Pretty, go ahead.
Wait, hang on. Before B. Willie, I want to say a couple of things. This whole thing about, I've heard that said before, and I cringe every time I hear it. Haïtien besoin manger avec bâton, bro. Haïtien took too much bâton, bro. Enough with the bâton. You know what I mean? It's like,
Bro, c'est pas toi pour nous, né.
no,
Ça,
bro.
c'est
No.
man.
Listen,
Let
but
B30 finish.
I remember around the time of Ariel, Pepla pas educate at all. to the point where the people that are educated, we already know this. This is not me insulting my own people. The majority of people are not educated enough to know the level that they need to be at. Like, qu'on a regardé dans temps Ariel Lam, qu'on a regardé manifestation, pour dire, ouais, ma chaîne yo dans la rue, y a fait manifestation, but they really don't know how to help. They're helpless. They don't know how to help their situation. And we could compare that to the case of China was before their own revolution. It was when I say dictator, I'm not talking about just one singular person. That guy's too easily eliminated. It has to be a collection of people who already have a primitive idea of where they want to take the country. And then they went to work at the population level to educate these people on, how to advance themselves. So if you look at Haiti right now, it's a form of dictatorship already. It's just not in our favor, the people. It's the oligarchs, the billionaires dictating how this is going to go, how money's going to flow throughout the country. We already live in one. And this whole thing about Haitians being a rebellious people, I agree with that. But the thing about the Haitian Revolution, we really had no choice but to revolt. But now, they're not forced in a situation where you have to rebel against these people. If we ever, let's say Trump, by voyer tout immigrant back to where they came from, which they will never actually do 100% because this country actually relies on, cheap labor. But until they have 500,000 Haitians back to the country and there's no way for them to come back, I think then with no ways out, we would actually revolt against these current dictators that do not favor us. They favor their own pockets and Western interests. You know what I mean?
All right,
That's
hold
what I
on.
mean
Wait,
by dictator. This baton thing, I don't like
Smoke
it.
wants to say something.
Yeah.
And then I want at least one female opinion on this. So if there's a woman that wants to come on this panel, let me know. Mark Errol, you've been quiet. You're not saying anything. Pas dit rien.
Ya, mdap ton okazyon. En fait, mabwe ton apre Vin Smoke pou mkapab ajoute.
Yeah, it seems like the main issue is that people don't like the word dictator. Because the thing I've been thinking right now is that with everything that we know about Jovenel today, he was actually cleaning the house. If I would ask you guys, if we could get like Jovenel back with all the power of the institution to actually protect Haiti, and for a fact it would stay for, let's say, 3 terms in a row, would you guys say yes or no?
Oh, go yes.
I've heard conflicting. I'm not educated enough to know about Jovenel's policies. I've heard conflicting reports. At first, I've heard he was corrupt.
Well,
which
these are lies.
Where I'm believing now is originally when he got into power, he was brought into power under certain conditions. You know that whole saying, I might be butchering it.
That's true. I believe that too.
Something like that. I've heard that said, around my family. That was the situation that Jovenel found himself in. And then when he tried to do his own thing, they took him out. That's where my mindset is on Jovenel. But I've heard conflicting reports. He was good,
you know that expression.
I'm seeing these projects in the woods and stuff by Yob Spear that he bought for the country. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, Mr. B, just 1 second. B30, you know that expression, that Haitian expression. Yo pas lancé roche sur mon gros qui pas mis. Me, the thing that I'm saying is that if they killed the guy, he was doing something in the background. I'm not saying it was all perfect and stuff, but it was certainly cleaning the house. And I think the big elites, the oligarchies, whatever they're called, they didn't like that. So that's my vision.
I think you need to do more research on Jovenel Moise because, there's many Jovenel Moise in the 40 that's happened. So, parce que Jovenel Moïse son ka apa et son live apa et ak tête fret m'pense pour moun ta discuter parce que gen Jovenel Moïse qui était sous pouvoir qui était dans campagne qui était quasiment bébé Martelly, ça veut dire que c'est Martelly avec oligarque qui était autour li qui t'a formé. Gen yon Jovenel Moïse pendant première année mandat avant 6-7 juillet, m'pa konn si gen moun qui te connaît événement 6-7 juillet, les Jovenel Moïse te décidé de monter gaz là. Et puis, jusqu'à présent, on flou sur ça qui t'est passé là. Est-ce que c'était population qui t'est décidé de lever en partie et puis profiter de ça pour enflammer le pays là? gen yon Jovenel Moïse qui va faire un divorce avec Martelly. Ça veut dire que avec surtout on l'aile en de PHTK parce qu'il était mis au pouvoir là. Et gen yon ça veut dire que de 2019 à 2020, gen yon gros tension qui t'a fait à Jovenel Moïse et Martelly et le divorce a va consommer en pile à un niveau extrêmement avancé zone 2020 zone de janvier 2021 jusqu'à ce que Jovenel moure. Et Jovenel son personnage qui est très 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 compliqué. Pour moi, c'est pas un saint mais son monde qui c'est un monstre qui était une utilité dans le sens que il était mettre lumière sur des monstres qui étaient c'est des créatures qui étaient beaucoup plus monstrueux passé. Ça veut dire que ça pas d'accord pas voir Roche sur un gros, mais je pense que c'est un jeu d'intérêt, gagner des intérêts et Jovenel Moïse était décidé de faire des séries de bagailles. Les remarqué que dans l'équipe qui était mettre au pouvoir, dans l'équipe qui était d'ailleurs essayé faire avec Caravane là, si on étudie l'histoire Caravane yo, il y a point que yo gaspille le même Jovenel avec des intérêts privés, il a laissé refaire on l'autre bagaille pour qui songer avec courant 24/24 là, ben il mourir peut-être ça, mais il y a d'autres intérêts que moun moins connaît. Par exemple, intérêt Jovenel te gagné dans fermer pour la phyto, comme si on a contrôlé pour la phyto avec Bidjo. Intérêt Jovenel te gagné dans des séries de l'autre dossier. Jusqu'à présent pas gen moun qui j'aime parler de ça. C'est comme si dans le dossier Jovenel Moïse là, moun yo gen des victimes préférées. Yo tout moun fixé sur yo et puis il y a des séries de moun qui en bas yo pas jamais garder, yo pas jamais mettre lumière sur yo. Moi gen moun bah yo pas jamais dit rien. M'pense tout moun yo mette dans dossier ça yo. Pour moi, il y a des séries de bras qui beaucoup plus puissants que yo décidé par moi, je sais pas pourquoi. Je sais pas pourquoi yo pas jamais yo et il y a des mentors qui étaient opérationnels, yo pas jamais dire le chef de la police à l'époque, le chef qui était chef CSPN à l'époque, ministre de l'Intérieur à l'époque. Tout ça, c'est des gens qui étaient extrêmement proches de Michel Joseph Martelly. Donc, je pense que Jovenel Moïse, c'est un live spécial nous avons supposé faire sur lui pour nous capables de comprendre le personnage là, comprendre le dossier, comprendre l'étape créée. Même une seule question pour moun k'ap dit des mots et dictature. Comment un dictateur a monté et comment l'a kembe pouvoir, comment l'a fait pour les mourir pour le succès des pouvoirs.
Real quick, I want to add on, then I'll drop off and let somebody, take my place. Dictateur, j'en ai prend pouvoir, c'est genre tout l'autre monde ça prend pouvoir. It has to be violently. You know what I mean? With a core group, it has to be head on with a clear plan. Parce que moun ça pas jump au pouvoir willingly, bro. They're living in it, bro. Petit yo l'école in foreign countries, you'll get comme la banque, everything's set for them. It would never be something, grassroots level. Next, I'll get to oreilles in the grassroots area, which is, we need the grassroots movements once the revolution starts going. That's what I think. Kind of like if you think about Bookman, about tout moun qui te fell all at once. It was a group of people, and then different, branches started happening all over the country. That's what I think needs to happen. So, pour dictateur, avant yo tiel, l'État a commencé pour pouvoir, it has to start violently après, back on si c'est non façon gang yo, bien moun qui dans politique who are supporting Western interests, I'm not sure. But you know what I mean? Condition à vivre, bro, it's not even a life. It's survival every day. Something needs to be done.
Non, mon cher. M'gen ti terrain en Haïti là, m'en val boire boti cocoyeram, m'en val danser ti rararam, m'pa ka rentrer dans pays en ma paix. Est-ce qu'elle fait sens? Jean-Wendy dit
Il pas fait sens, bro. Il pas fait sens.
Apprend Freddy en l'autre côté et puis moun qui pa terre, y a bon chalet. Est-ce que ça fait sens? C'est pour ça m'pa prêcher violence, non mes amis. Mais il y a des nèg tout autant yo là, nous pas jamais jouer souffle. Faut que yo mourir.
Oh boy.
I agree with that, dude. Some guys gotta go.
Something.
All
MXPA,
right.
I
Good night,
accepted
everyone.
your request. You never said anything, so if you want to come back, come back. But Sajas, you want to speak?
Yeah. Bonsoir tout le monde. I just wanted to say this because I think a lot of people are mansplaining what's wrong and saying things like, the only thing that Haitians need is, basically a beating and food. And you sound like a white man. You sound like a enslaver. And I think that's very problematic. I don't, sir, I'm not done talking. You can say your submission after I'm finished.
You know the rules, Mr. B.
I'm just being honest. Like, what kind of person says that to another Black people, especially people who have been enslaved, who have a history of slavery? That's beyond me. I will say this. There is something called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I think we need to look at that in order to, have a plan, be strategic about what Haitian people need. The Maslow's hierarchy of needs starts with the bottom tier, which is basic necessity for human life: food, sleep, water, etc. Because if they feed you, they starve you. If they feed you, they starve you, which is why we are an agricultural people. We have always been an agricultural people. We need to focus on that. The second layer of Maslow's hierarchy of need is shelter, security, right? And that is, being able to have a roof over your head, right? So that means that infrastructure is absolutely what we need to work on first. And instead of talking about, dictators and things like that, infrastructure, extremely important. After that is belonging. So basically a sense of community, right? That's a sense of community. And I do believe 100% Haitian people have this down. We have community. We don't have safety. We don't have psychological or physiological security. We definitely have that love and belonging. We do need to repair though, because sometimes you get Haitian, we don't really trust each other as much. And the reason, or can I finish, please? Thank you. Like I said, I'm not gonna be long. I really won't be long.
I was just curious because I wanted to know, like, okay, you say, like, you want the Haitian community to put their heads together. So how do we, like, if we're going to start
I did not say that. I said that we all have to, I'm just giving a framework of where I think we should start. I'm not telling no one anything besides that. Personally, I'm an educator. I'm gonna stick to what I'm good at, which is education. That's it. That's all.
People don't listen. So I just...
No, you can't ask me anything because I have not finished my summation. Thank you.
Okay.
We definitely have the belonging, the sense of community down. We don't have the safety. We don't have the physiological things that we need, which is like the food, the water. We need infrastructure. After that comes self-esteem. And a lot of people don't have self-esteem. And you can tell because that a lot of Haitians have an issue with this. And it makes sense. We come from a country who has been terrorized by so many people. We have been the pariah, the enemy of white people. Sometimes even other Black nations can be anti-Black to Haitians, right? We need to work on that.
I just want to address a comment there. Why she's coming like that, you messing up the vibe. She's not messing up the vibe. She's speaking and asserting her space. She has the right to speak. Nobody said that. Nobody said he was messing up the vibe, and we let him say whatever out of this world thing he wanted to say. So we're going to allow Sasha to speak the way she wants to speak. It's open and healthy debates.
It is.
And I want to say that.
Go ahead, Drew, do your thing.
And I want to say that the self-esteem, it is a result of slavery. A lot of Black people don't understand the systems of white supremacy. They don't understand the racism that is formed through that, the colorism, etc. These are all byproducts of white supremacy. It has affected us generationally through our minds. We need to understand that in order for us to build that self-esteem, to build that self-respect, in order to obtain the freedom from ourselves. The last one is self-actualization. So self-actualization, this is where problem solving, critical thinking, morality, creativity is formed. Until we are able to at least get the last three things on that hierarchy of needs, we will not be able to grow. Point blank, period. That is my summation. I think a lot of people need to think about these things in a larger sense and for us to be able to advance as a people. That's it. That's all. Now, I did not plan to stay on here for too long. I just wanted to mention that. But if somebody has questions, I will stay on for 5 more minutes to answer the question.
Let's
It seems
let
like we got questions.
MXCA speak because I know she said she wanted to speak. And to the person who asked me if I'm crying, no, I just had like an eyelash in my eye.
Quick question. The stuff that you saying, it sound good, but what you not understanding that there's a
Can I have a
system
motion after?
that, hold on 1 second, bro. There is a system that is in place that is stopping from all these stuff that you saying that need to happen from happening.
The oligarch
How we
system.
supposed to, one more, bro. One moment. How we supposed to have infrastructure, all these things, autant log into moun tan kou Dimitri Vob, kap di kon sa malere pa bezwen kouran.
Yes.
And we living in a time of age where power is a necessity for a country to develop. But he's telling you, malere, moun nan kal nan jardin tout jounen, i pa bezwen kouran. Ça veut dire,
Yeah, man.
i pa suppose vin la kali pou monte lo glase. How we supposed to get to we have these people?
What I want you guys to
Okay,
understand is that those people, they just never going to help us. Dimitri Boulos, they don't even consider themselves as Haitian. They look at like a black man and they genuinely think they're superior to us. So to be waiting for them to actually do something, it's over.
Can I have a
So
motion?
this is why. Let me answer his question.
Anybody here? Did y'all hear the voice, the video of the main video when they talking about they go drop
That
bombs
video
on
has
us?
been circulating for years. Every time they mention
Alright,
something
so
about him, they
that's
rewind
the
that
same
video and bring it
system.
back.
That's the same system. Mr. B talking about.
You know, let's suggest.
I want you
Suggest.
guys to,
Problem.
like, literally, if you guys are waiting for like politician and oligarch to do something, it's just never going to come.
Let's
But I
suggest.
feel like the diaspora needs to come together. Not in Port-au-Prince, it's just like it's too bad. You can't go there, but like Au Cap, like in the north, you can do something.
That's the only place
I want to say some. I want to say one last thing, but I want Sajas to finish because I'm about to leave in a minute as well. So Sajas, please, and I want to hear what Sajas has to say.
This question because this is why I say a lot of people don't understand the system of white supremacy and racism. And it shows by you asking that question, like these oligarchs, these things, these people, yes, they absolutely do are the, hidden puppet masters and things like that. But that does not mean that we cannot do things on a local level. For example, how they were able to build the canal, how people are opening up clinics, how people are able to farm their own land. This is a local thing. This is not something that was happening on
look, you know how you
Like
said.
I actually love this because it's
Yeah,
listen.
I just want to say one
Listen,
quick thing.
sir, you need
Can I
to have
talk?
impulse control. You need to have
You said
impulse
something about the
control.
canal, and I want to say that a couple of people died from the canal, right?
Yeah, because
And
they
you know
didn't have
what?
infrastructure.
Hold on,
They didn't
hold
have
on.
the right.
Hold on, because y'all
They
really need
killed
to
some
learn.
people.
Y'all
They
really
killed
need to
some
learn
people that was
self-control.
construction the canal.
Y'all need to learn self-control. And I will say this. Do you think that people do not die in revolutions? We're literally the country that had a whole bunch of Haitians unalive because they revolted. If you think we're going to be able to make it out without few casualties,
so
you are
Haiti-
insane.
Do Haiti got
You
a,
are
do Haiti
insane.
got a leader right
I will
now?
say
Do
this.
Haiti got
I
a
will say
leader
this
right now?
because it seems like some people, you ask me a question, I'm trying to answer it, and you get in the middle of the question. I mean the answer. Listen.
Do Haiti got a leader right now? That's what I'm asking. Do Haiti
Excuse
got a
me?
leader? Do Haiti have a leader?
And you see, there goes another issue. That's another issue that people have.
Haiti does not have a leader. Why do you think we're in a mess right now?
No, that's not what it is. That's not the issue. This is another problem that I feel like Black people, and it don't matter where you are, y'all have a problem with trying to prop up one person to be the savior for everything.
So
It's a communal.
if y'all was
hold
in
on.
Haiti right
One
now,
second.
and the people
Like,
in
I
Haiti
remember
saying
them
that
saying
they
that, like,
want to leave,
États-Unis, like,
ain't
the United
nobody
States
gonna
needs
stop
in
them
vain.
from saying Gifili.
Yeah, dog,
The
let's
people
let
go
one
want
person
Gifili.
talk.
Can I say something because I'm about to drop because I
I
gotta
don't
go to
see
work.
no other leader that's in Haiti.
Willie wants to
Let the
speak,
boy
so
talk,
we can
please.
release. Go ahead, Willie.
First off, to address the previous, let's not use the word dictatorship. Doesn't matter what word you use. If it have the characteristic, the behavior of it, it is it. All right, don't fool yourself. And second thing, I don't like when people keep using, oh, they have a system. The system is going to prevent you from doing X, Y, and Z. Again, we have proven that is not true. 2009, we had an influx of Haitian women-led entrepreneurs that actually went to Haiti, start businesses, and because of that, the Haitian GDP overnight pretty much pulse up because it feels like that's what it was looking for. Because of the earthquake, the 2010 earthquake that happened, it pretty much bring us back to where we were previously before all these people went to Haiti. It wasn't just Haitians, where Black Americans. I remember back then on YouTube, people were reporting about it. It was great, right? We have proven that we can actually, economically, we can actually make things work. We can actually create access. Again, the problem is that these guys, they are capitalizing on the fact that we are very much so, I don't know, like, I don't want to use the word, but they just think that we are dumb, right? And they are using method to ensure that we stay away. For example, when we talk about the security issue, one of the number one reason why the security issue in Haiti is very prevalent is because there's a lack of local governance, right? Local leaders don't exist. They never take charge in regards to structure security in their commune, which invite these type of behavior and allow certain strategies by people who just want control to pretty much go through. It's not about, oh, they're not going to let you come in. They're not, like I said, grassroots level, strategize, be smart, and that's how it works. And when we got to the canal and the people that got unalive, it's the same thing that have been said. We have a problem when it comes to building. Infrastructure is just non-existent. The fact that the canal is still holding right now, especially with the minimal investment that it gets, thank you to Dr. Bertude, but it's just, I'm surprised it's still holding on, which means that they did do a good job. But do we need to reinforce it and go back and finish the job? Absolutely. But we still have people building unsafe, building a certain way where it will create casualties. But you have people that's going to use that as a way to push this narrative that don't really make sense. I don't understand it. But one last thing I got to say, Blondine, is just that's directly at you. I wanted to come up to address a video that you made, which someone used your video as far as the sound to push their narrative, and that person platformed someone in the community that have been spewing hate towards the Haitian diaspora, or at least the Haitian new arrival migrants, because they support a certain political party here in the United States. I made a few videos about their posses here on TikTok, which went viral on my old account before I got banned. But again, that's why I wanted to come in, but I didn't want to, change the conversation. So I just, kind of like go with the flow. But thank you for having me. And Sages, Leneda, and everyone else, thank you. Good night. Bye, everybody.
All right. Nice having you. Thanks so much. Leneda, you wanted to speak?
Hi, everybody. I wanted to address a couple of things. Mr. B, I've heard people in the diaspora using the word that, and I got to start by saying this. I am not in no way, shape, or form defending Dimitri Vorp or for whatever his name is. But I think we do more harm to our community and to our people when we intentionally spread misinformation. Because I have heard so many people repeat the video that Dimitri said that malheureux pas besoin courant 24/7, right? So I did the due diligence and I went to go find the original video so I can understand the context of what that conversation was about. And from what I got from that, he was saying that at this point, the Haitian people are not able to pay for 24/7 power. And this is the thing I've realized is that, and then he said, in order to, because he said, courant pas gratis. So in order to provide people with courant, the people themselves would have to be able to pay for the utility, right? And I want to address DJ Rosset in the comment section, because the minute I said that, he's saying "moi c'est traite," or I'm defending people. I think that until we are able as a people to have honest conversation and address, because I feel like these people are bad enough. We don't have to create false narrative about them, because they themselves have already done enough harm. You know what I'm saying? And Blondine, and the one reason I followed your page was because you put, like, I've watched the way you dive into the research, not just going off of your opinion, but
My
going on what we can
my
prove.
my question is, can Haitian people afford, especially the poor ones, can they afford electricity? Probably not.
Let
But
me let me answer
the
some
thing
of
is,
that.
at the wait. The thing is, this man is not consistent. Why is it that, like, um see quartier that already has like electricity, why is it never consistent? Why is it that, like, we can when I was living in Haiti, it was possible that you had electricity yesterday and then 2 months you just don't have electricity. It was never consistent. It's like people that can't afford electricity, they don't even have electricity every day. Like, I cannot go to Haiti and not have electricity every day. But like the poor people, some people, they just don't have electricity at all.
Yeah.
So it's
So
like, I
there's a
don't get your
comment
point
here.
into
Hold
saying
on.
they can't pay.
Let me
Can I
Even
have a
interject.
even
motion?
schools,
Go
churches,
for it.
like shit that should be, oh sorry, so that should be fundamented by the government. They don't have electricity. Those are not the people that are paying it. Schools, the government should be able to be taking care of them, but they're not. So it's like it's a whole system. Dimitri
I
Vogue
didn't.
does
Wait,
not
wait.
Can
want.
I
I
want to
finish my
actually
point,
interject. Hold
please?
on. Give me 1 second. I want to answer a couple of points before you forget. So, Laneda, I know that you said you researched the video where Dimitri Vorb was speaking about the electricity project, and stating that it comes to a point where, like, the Haitian people cannot afford the electricity. Who's going to pay for it? So the only, like, there's a way that they speak, right? And you think they're making sense until you actually do the research and go
Exactly.
to the government contracts. So Dimitri Vorb's company, Sojner, was getting $146 million. And that $146 million was supposed to provide electricity for almost all of Haiti. Now, after Jovenel Moise did an audit of his company, they found out that he was only providing $4.5 million worth of service to the entire district that he was supposed to be serving,
I
meaning
know that.
that they stole about $140 million and pocketed it. So all of that money that the government gave him was also had subsidies in it in order for them to pay for the people who could not afford it. What they did was pocket the money. So when he sat there and saying, who's going to pay for it, who's going to pay for it, it was already paid for. He was just stealing. That's what people are absolutely upset about. And then after Jovenel found that out, he opted to cancel his contract. Now, I was going to do a video about it, and I still have it in my drafts. So right before he died, he went to Taiwan or Thailand. I'm sorry, I believe it's Taiwan, the country that China is trying to take over.
Taiwan.
He went to Taiwan simply because Haiti supports Taiwan's independence. He went to Taiwan and then he signed a deal with their government to bring 146,000 solar panels to Haiti to take over the electricity job that Sojner was supposed to be doing. And that contract with Taiwan was only about, I believe, $5.6 million, and it was going to cover half of Haiti. So there's a lot of works going there. And it's also because he was partnering with Taiwan to get rid of Sojner and to actually save the government money, because he's like, hey, these people are embezzling.
Okay,
The government.
I know all of this because I have been doing a lot of the research as well, and I am one of those people. Whenever you drop something, I
And
listen
you still
to.
support him? And you still say what he say made sense? And
Oh
Blondine,
my
gon lot
God.
bagay,
You know what?
It's like it's so stupid. It's like why instead of giving out
So
jobs,
can
you're
I
telling people
was
I'm not
trying to
gonna give you
finish the
electricity
point.
because you can't even pay for it.
Blondine, gon lot bagay ou ne manke di an, ou te oubliye di, oui. Majority of the equipment that he was using to provide this little bit of power was the government equipment. The gas that he was using was the government gas. So it's pretty much the government was paying them to use the government stuff.
Yeah,
Right. So this
there's
is
another
something
thing
that
also
okay.
in
This
the
is the
contract.
point that I was making. I'm not trying to defute any of that, and I am in agreement with all of that. But what I am the one thing that I am cautioning people on is that okay. The point is that the devil is already evil. We don't have to paint them red to make them evil. And
No,
I felt
Yeah,
like
but
that
they're
was the
into
point
wait,
that
evil.
I
wait,
was making.
hold on, y'all.
No,
But
I'm not
We
taking
just
this.
pretty much
I'm not
saying
One
this
person
taking
at a
this.
red.
time. Lenita,
Okay.
It's
finish.
like
You
at
know
least
what?
if you're coming
Never
up
mind.
here,
Never
if you're
mind.
coming up here, at least do your research. You cannot just
Okay,
say shit like
so
that.
what did I say?
Stop
Okay, you know
that.
what? Listen, I noticed something. Like I'm not one to talk just to talk. I really am hoping that we could have dialogue. The only point I made, and then everybody jump on me, and you want to read into your own what you think I'm saying, which is not how you have honest conversation and dialogue about anything, right? Because if you are reading into whatever you think, then we're not having conversation just to you're just talking to be talking, right? Because my thing is there is so many things happening right now when it come down to Haiti, right? Sajis was saying, the very basic needs are not being met. Cholera did it's still devastating part of Haiti because there are still people drinking water from rivers that are like unfiltered, unclean, and all of that. That is still our reality.
Where in Haiti? Where is that happening?
Okay, so here's the thing.
I need to,
You wanna?
because I'm in
I'm gonna
Haiti
tell you.
right
I'm
But
now.
gonna tell you.
I don't think this is where
Sages,
we will.
Sages, I am from Dessalines. My aunt lives in a part of Haiti called Nawo, which is like 5 minutes from Lassos of Dessalines. And when people say that's not true, I am speaking, and I am one of those people who's in Haiti like 2-3 times a year, and I am speaking on my own personal experience, and I will give you the names. Okay, so in the Latvian area, if you're from Desalines, that is the city, right? But if you from now, you from Kokye, right? Those are the rural part of Desalines where people are still drinking water and they're cleaning it with bleach or with racket. And you guys are so quick to just dismiss people's point of view because you're from Okap or you're from Port-au-Prince, and you forget there are still part of Haiti that people are living like that. In Blondin, I went to Haiti not even a year ago, and there are people by my house today living in a house completely made out of metal sheets, sleeping on the floor.
Kaitol.
I will not.
Non, chérie, pas dit kaitol. Moi dit kay qui fait complètement avec tol. Like
Kaitol.
there's no wood, there's no pas gain block, just tol tout côté. Right?
Wait.
So when we're speaking on the reality for our Haitian people, right? This is like and I came up to agree with what Sajis was saying. The very basic needs are not like the minimal things are not in this comment.
Yes, the basic necessities for basic human life. I agree. I'm gonna say this though. I'm not gonna hold you. I have to be honest. The first thing that you said was that you don't like misinformation, and you kind of gave misinformation when you came up here because you tried to say that what Dmitry Vorb said in that video was not what it was, and it absolutely was what it was because he was the cause of the problem. And I'm this is just me being honest now, and I understand, and I would never say because my people come from Okap. That's my zone. That's where I that's my area. That's my trenches. Or I don't know what's going on in the city. So I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna believe you because I don't have any other reason not to believe you, because these are people, within your community, and you would know that best. I'm not saying that, but the retrieve verb thing that you said earlier, though, that was misinformation, because
So
hold
was
on,
he
let me
saying that they
finish.
don't
Let me finish.
deserve it, or that is not possible? Because I'm still confused about that then. Because the way I understood that video, he was saying, okay, there are peak hours when people are typically needing more power and all of that. And this is the thing, like I'm like, being in the Haitian community is so confusing, because even when you think you understand something, you really don't understand it. That's where I've been with this community, and I'm like, okay, so I went and I watched the video several times. I was like, okay, what is he saying? Like, is that what they've been telling me? Is
But
that
why
what the
are
way
you
they're
trying
like?
to
That's not the way
interpret?
Mr. B's just said it. And I was like, okay, that sounds so different from what I saw on that video. But
But
you know
you
what?
just Okay, but I'm just gonna say this, because we gotta really critically think about what he said. He said basically he said they don't deserve electricity. And he proved it with his actions by basically stealing the money for the electricity, because that is what he truly believes. You gotta use context clues and your comprehension, because that is literally what he did. He thought
That's
that the
literally what he
Haitian
did.
people, Malaysia, they don't
Yo,
deserve
Males went
electricity.
one.
Therefore, he
Yo
stole the
papa nous
money.
croit, yeah, yo
He
papa
stole
haïtien
the
croit,
money.
yeah, c'est ça, yo
And
papa.
hold on. I'm just trying to have a respectable conversation. He stole the money. Okay, that if he thought that they deserved electricity, he wouldn't have defunded that project the way he did. He wouldn't have siphoned and basically created a slush fund for himself. He wouldn't have done that. So I don't think this is a situation where the devil is already painted red. We know that. We know that because we see his actions, just as Landine just basically told you. I don't think that was something that needs to be,
Can I
said. And I'm
ask you
just gonna be
questions
honest.
about that
I'm
country?
also
Can I
gonna
add
be honest
something
here.
too?
Listen,
Because
Hold on.
I
One more
personally,
thing. One more thing.
I will never cap for a white person. I don't give a damn what they did. I'm sorry, I just won't do it. And like, I don't care. I just don't care. Like, I don't care if he was, being painted in a bad light. Who gives a crap? He doesn't
I
care
don't
about
think I was
black people in
doing
Haiti.
that.
I'm
And
not
I
gonna
feel
come up
like
and
I'm gonna
defend no
say
white
this for
man.
someone
Like,
who's
it's
not
just not going to
living.
happen.
This is what I'm gonna say. I am in that space where the more research I do about different people that are coming out of Haiti, the more confused I get. Right? So I am, for example, because I'm in immigration, right? And dating back to the election. And I was like, okay. So at the beginning, when they did the 20, I believe it was 2017 or 2019 TPS, the US government literally listed all of the ways that, from here to Timbuktu, that Jovenel was harming the Haitian community, right? The Haitian people, in the way that he was running the country. And I was like, okay. And in the sources they were giving, I'm like, okay. So I click on the sources because I'm doing TPS for people. We're helping people, right? So I'm like, okay. So this guy is not really for the people. But then it's like, yeah, he is for the people. And I feel like as a political science student, the more I research about the way my country has been read, the more helpless, or the more hopeless I've felt, because it seemed like you can't get anything straight out of Haiti, even from anything, right? Because I'm like, okay, so now we're in, and I remember reading the 2019 TPS declaration, where they say, well, Haiti's unsafe because there's about 60 kidnapping in the last few months. And then if you read the one, the articles now, they're saying there's over 5,000, and now Haiti's safe, right? And I'm like, okay, things have gotten so bad, and it's like we're at the point where, I've said it's come to a wash. And the same thing was said of Aristide, right? That he wasn't for the people, that Livon Payali, he did all these things. But then when you dig into Aristide, you're like, okay, this is like, I feel like it's like that Mr. Hyde, and the two, like, you don't know where to stand with anything or anybody out of Haiti, because it's like, okay,
But that's on purpose, sis.
Can I
That's
can
the
I can I
problem.
ask?
That's on
Hold on.
purpose.
Let me
And I
ask
think that
you.
And I
you
feel
need to
like
look at
everyone I talk to is defending one person while throwing the other one under the table. I'm like, okay, can we all agree that they all have done harm and we need to scrap everything and then
No, this. I think this is a bad mentality
no,
because
because
we need to hold people
this is
accountable.
a nuance. I think that people need to.
I think Jovenel was fixing the I think Jovenel ain't really do no crazy stuff. He just was trying to fix the problem, and he once he cut the contract. Once he cut the contracts, they got mad and they killed him.
Listen, I think
Can
that
I
I
we
don't
need to
think he did any
understand
corruption.
that these people
I don't
are
think
human
Jovenel did any
beings.
corruption.
I
can I
don't
add
like. I
something?
think y'all be
Because
painting people with a broad stroke, not understanding that these people are complex. Humans are
Yes, they're
complex.
complex characters.
Jovenel, and there is definitely evidence to
yeah,
say
surely
that
Jovenel is
even
complete.
Isteed was doing shady stuff. Now
Yes,
that does not mean that
Yes,
that does not
Iceland and
mean
Hillary Clinton, the Lavalas, them that group right
Bronzine,
there
please can I make a
is
point about?
very into Haiti, Canada, but I think Canada kind of sway because they see the way
I think you're
Haiti
getting
is.
distracted by certain things. My point in saying this is just because, like, say for example, I know that after Jovenel, and then also Léon Moui, please the Bledi old things, great things about these people after they die. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, if that took bagay sao pour Munyo, pour Pepio, etc., etc. When the history is very nuanced. It could have been that he did horrible things and he did some things that benefit the people. It could have been 50-50, it could have been 70-70, 30, whichever. That does not mean that he
They seen
was
Jovenel buying the equipment. He brought the electric equipment. He
sure.
brought
Like
the
I said,
equipment
that
to
does
Add
not
something,
mean
build the
Bronzine?
roads.
Can I
Once
make
the
a point?
oligarchs seen he was doing all this, they was like, you know what? And then he went to
yes,
Russia.
but what was he
He
doing
went to
before
Turkey.
that though, sir? Do you know what he was doing before that?
He was cutting all the corruption. So
No, you
you guys
see,
Can
ain't
that's
can I
what
make
I'm
a
trying
point
to
on
say.
that?
so you guys
Hold on, hold
haven't
on.
been
One
watching
more.
the videos. The
This is a
Can I
videos
make
problem
a
that we
point?
have in the community. This is the problem that we have in the community. Information is super important. And
Exactly.
this,
Do your research.
but you're not
Jovenel
giving
dropped
information, sir. All
the
you're saying is he was
videos. If
fighting
you watch the
corruption. You don't
videos
know
that he,
how, you don't know when, you can't tell me what policy or
I'm
what
telling
things that he
you
was
that he
doing
got
besides the fact that
videos. I'm
he's
trying to
unalive.
tell you.
It's once again, I agree, Wiki, it's not that easy, which is why I say we need to use our comprehension skills and critical thinking skills and not paint people with a broad stroke because these situations are very nuanced. Once again, he could have very much bought equipment to better certain sectors in Haiti. He could have also been stealing money. It could be the same thing. Like, yeah, people need to understand that these things are not as black and white as you may think it may be.
Yep,
But
I agree. So, for example, like I made a point in my videos, and I know people tried to correct me, which is fine because yo gen yon jan ke yo di yon parole, e men sa yo di an li gen dwe fas. For example, Dr. Reginald Boulos, I saw the video and people brought it to my attention. They said, no, Blandine, you're wrong, you're wrong. He gave up his citizenship 30 years ago. And I'm like, okay, cool. I may be wrong. And then I go and do my research some more. And you find in the articles, no, that's not true. He didn't give up his citizenship until he was prepared to run for president in 2021. And according to the American agency that he hired to run his campaign, he gave up his American citizenship in 2021, but he's been saying for 30 years he's not an American. But when they did the discovery, they're like, baby, you're an American. Stop being an American like 4 years ago. So this is the whole thing about Haitian politics. They're always lying. Yes, they may do something good. Yes, but they're also doing something bad. And it's kind of just like, yes, the devil is red. We have two of them. You just have to pick like the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's where Haiti is stuck right now. Whoever wants to speak next.
Can I make a point
Go
about
ahead.
the Dimitri contract? We need to know where this come from because this is a huge mess and this contract. Because I made some research about it for a study that I make on for my university, and we found that even the people at the finance ministry, they can't even talk about this contract because the you need to know Dimitri was a Preval guy. So he was advisor of Preval, and he got the contract because the Preval wives is on the board of Sojourner. So he got the contract because of shitty politics. And when you look at the contract, some people at the finance ministry says, some people in the PPP, private public partnership, they say it's maybe the worst before the Bijo contract for Lafito. It was the worst contract that we signed on the modern state because it really it was a bloodshed for the state, and we accepted that because it was meant for of Preval. So this is the point. The point that Dimitri was trying to make technically it makes some sense, but he knew what he wanted to make because he wanted the money for him and not for giving the electricity that is supposed to do. So this is the point about Dimitri. He's a shitty person, and I don't even want to talk about this. But I want to talk about sagesse. The point that you made. Je pense que faut qu'on framework justement pour nous retourner à la base de l'histoire d'Haïti. Comme si, pour qui ça, il y a des séries de bails qui réussissent en Haïti, il y a des séries de bails qui échouent. Qui s'est passé en 1804, qui fait une nation qui prend indépendance, qui vomit l'esclavage, qui vomit l'ordre mondial à l'époque, qui ça qui fait que nous pas qui fait que nous pas construire l'État, nous pas construire nation, nous pas construire. Et je pense que vous avez raison sur un point, côté que nous rejeter l'esclavage, mais nous tout fait comme si sont amnésiliés, nous pas heal, je veux dire, nous pas essayer de guérir de ça. Donc, ou après, par exemple, en Haïti, par exemple, qu'un mémoire sur l'esclavage. Il y a mémoire sur gens nous bataille contre l'esclavage, il y a mémoire sur gens nous réussi à battre les colons, mais pas gon même. Ça veut dire nous pas jamais fait, nous pas jamais heal, nous pas jamais. C'est comme si son fille qui fait toute la ville, on mari a maltraité, mais l'arrivée sorti, pas aucun process pour guérir nation. Jusqu'à présent, nation pas guéri. Et depuis les nations fondées, Dessalines t'a essayé faire justement pour te mettre tout le monde sur table là parce que famille Vob, d'après ça, en tout cas, famille Vob dit, yo là depuis 1800, depuis avant 1804. So, pour qui ça depuis avant 1804 famille Vob là, et puis qui 200 ans après, c'est yon nan yo qui pral craser un pays jusqu'à ce point. Donc, il y a un process healing qui pas fait dans un pays à côté que nous pas garder nous tout nan. J'ai un philosophe en Haïti qui est le Doris Mon qui fait des travaux anthropologiques extrêmement intéressants sur comment nous pas arriver guérir nation. Ça veut dire que comment nous esclaves toujours sous garder rester avec eux, sous garder gens patrons à traiter employés, sous garder rapports qui gagne entre rapports hiérarchiques, c'est des rapports maître esclave toujours. Donc, il y a un travail qui pas fait côté nous pas guérir nation de tout siècle d'esclavage qui fait yo. Et nous avons un problème tout rapport nous avec monde qui était mulâtre là. Ça veut dire monde qui était mulâtre là, qui était goumé avec nous dans l'indépendance là parce que il était là dans la cérémonie bois caïman. Il était là tous les au goumé en tout. Mais
But do you know
après ça
why they were there though?
après ça, nous pas guéri. Ça veut dire pas gain aucune mémoire, pas gain aucun process qui fait pour nous dire comment on a chita ensemble pour nous dire qui place nous dans la société a, qui fait que les on nous pas gain classe noire qui éduquée en Haïti, basically, pas gain classe économique noire en Haïti. Donc tout bah ça yo, et d'accord avec vous sagesse côté nous doit retourner en fond pour nous connaître discussion sur dictature. Moi-même, je le sais. Dictature pas prendre en Haïti parce que on a horreur de l'autorité en Haïti. Nous avons en horreur autorité parce que les rappeler nous deeply rapport mettre à colon que nous gagnons. Nous avons en horreur autorité, pas besoin de pour un dictateur. Et c'est peut-être la pire des idées pour nous mettre un monde qui est dictateur et qui est autoritaire dans le pays parce que le peuple a rejeté. Et les peuples a rejeté monde, les rejeté monde avec un pile violence. Et c'est pas pour sans raison qui fait c'est quel esclavage là toujours. Tout le monde qui dit peuple a passif, good. Donc après les après révolté, it will be a bloodshed. Parce que les nous lève ça comme si les peuples ça revendiquer, les peuples ça lever, les craser, les briser, les tourner, les couper
Ok,
tête.
m'déka ajouter un bagay, s'il vous plaît.
Oh my darling.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Oh,
B30 speak.
Can you guys hear me well? I think I'm
Yeah.
lagging a little bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so can you guys hear me well?
Yes.
Oh, he has
He
bars.
got red bars.
Yeah, so
Oh,
dude, first time ever. I don't know what's happening. But anyways, right? So pour conversation education là, non, et pas education là, information là. Faut nous connaître qu'ils ont pouvoir ça powerful, especially in a country like Haiti. It's a bunch of things. Parce que Haiti pas arrivé comme ça in a vacuum. You know, it's a bunch of things that led up. Everybody knows this. So the current situation of our state, right? Gon point qui rive côté peuple si tellement pas educated que li pas même kon ki jan pou save tête li, vous comprenez? Par exemple, si on monte n'a parlé de dictator, we're talking about democracy. Si on a monté dans pouvoir qu'on a pour exemple, après on dit on a monté dans pouvoir le faire un pile bagay, deux bagay qui arrivé seulement. Yo été mission en pouvoir violently, or two, the West will push this thing with democracy on us just so they can replace them with their own puppet the next election. We've seen this countless times in various countries. You know, they just beat you in the next election. Et yo défait toutes sortes d'effets. Which is why I agree, even the people in Burkina Faso. You compare the Ibrahim Traoré, you have say, non, faut t'a fait 10 ans, faut t'a fait 15 ans. That's a form of dictatorship. You know, we play with these words, but we really don't know what they mean. Like, he's going to dictate the way the country is supposed to progress. And from everything that we know about him, we know he's actually for the people and he's for the betterment of the people. So he will dictate the terms of their development. You know what I mean?
No, I disagree simply because the word, like, when we look at the true definition of dictatorship and leadership, it's starkly different. Like dictating, right?
It's under the authoritative kind of. I don't know how that.
I kind of agree with him. I disagree and agree because when Haiti was under Duvalier, Haiti was good. Now look at Haiti now.
No, I disagree. So, for example, a dictatorship. Let's look at North Korea. North Korea is under a dictatorship, meaning if they go against their supreme leader, there is severe consequences. Their free speech is limited. Yes, the country is doing well, right? As far as we know on the outside, they're clean people. They have the technology. They're advanced. However, if they ever find themselves speaking ill of their leader, they are sentenced to death. However, what Ibrahim Traoré is doing, he's not dictating, he is leading. He is for his people and his people love him and they're actively supporting. So when you are a leader, a true leader, and you are for the people, people are naturally going to want to support you. And they are actually doing things at their own free will of, you know, fully developing the country with his help because they're happy. Versus when you're dictating and you're just forcing the person to do it, the person is doing it out of fear. So everyone who's helping Burkina Faso right now, who's happy with Ibrahim Traoré, they're doing it out of love and out of hope. But everyone in North Korea who's working for Kim Jong-un, they're doing it out of fear because they don't want to die. So
Okay,
there
I
is a
agree.
stark difference between dictatorship and leadership. Ibrahim is a leader. He's not a dictator.
I agree. I agree. Maybe I'm confusing the terms a little bit. For example,
You
right now
absolutely are.
the guy in all right, thank you, Sajas. But for the guy in Ivory Coast right now, I forgot his name, but it's a guy that's promoting, you know, obviously it's a Western plant promoting to the people, the Burkinabe people, that they need some form of election. You know what I mean? So from the Western point of view, Ibrahim Traoré is a dictator because it's true, he won't allow elections in the country. The reason being is because he knows there's just going to be another Western plant, most likely. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
No, I actually don't know what
That's
you mean.
true.
And I'm going to tell you why. What you're saying doesn't make sense. So the president of Ivory Coast is Alassane Ouattara.
No, it
Okay.
wasn't him. It wasn't a president. It was like a political leader that was asking
Well,
for.
it doesn't matter because Alassane Ouattara is currently working with the French and the United States, and they're also building a U.S. military base so that they can basically interrupt the progress that Burkina Faso
I'm well aware
is
of
doing
this.
now.
I'm well aware
Now,
of this.
I will say this though, I think that one of the issues that, because you said something that was very specific, you said from the Western point of view. Why are you, as a black man, upholding the Western point of view of what a dictator or whatever is, especially when that same Western point of view is used to oppress your people and people that look like you. This is
Let me
why I
respond to
think
that.
that what Mark said previously when it says that we are still enslaved mentally. We
Yeah,
absolutely are, because
All right,
you are using
I want to respond to
European
what Sages is
frameworks.
saying.
Please let me finish. You are
I
using
am. Go ahead.
European frameworks of thought. You are using European frameworks of thought to determine what a dictator is. When these people, these are the same people who unalive. These are the same people who would say that Dessalines was a dictator.
Yep, I agree.
I,
Let's
I'm just,
Sages.
I just want you to think about that when y'all say certain things, because, and and I will say this, because you also said something very disturbing about Duvalier, and I don't think you know the history.
What did
But
I say about Duvalier?
he
I don't think I
unalived
brought
a
him
lot
up.
of Haitians. You said that the Haiti was good under
I
Duvalier.
never
That is
said that. I never said
completely.
that.
That was
no,
Zoboy.
that was me. That was me.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry. I'm sorry. Then I'm
are you done
sorry.
with what
I
you were
saw
saying,
your box
Sages?
lit up, so I thought it was you. I apologize.
Because
Right.
Duvalier was running the Tonton Macoutes. The
Hang on,
Tonton
real quick.
Macoutes was the
Oh
Real
one
my
quick,
that
gosh.
was,
1804.
you
Okay,
Let me
know.
respond to
sir.
what Sages was saying.
1804. So boy, I think you need to go look up history first before you say something things like that, because that man unalived people, and one of the reasons why these Syrian, Lebanese people have
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much of
This
a
is this is
root in
yeah.
Haiti is because of him. So
Exactly.
you cannot
All right.
say
I know my
Oh my
history.
God.
I know what he did to them
I'm
people.
listen, if you knew your
No,
history, you
it's
wouldn't
not
say
Trust
gonna
stuff
be
like
me.
that.
that.
I'm just
So how
saying.
can
Hang
you say
on.
that country
Everyone, let me just respond to what
well?
Sages said because we're just going on tangents. You know what I mean?
How can you say
Whether
that
we like it or
country
not,
does well if people
we are
are tearing
influenced
at
by
night?
Westerners. I'm not taking the side of Westerners and promoting their idea of democracy. These people have no authority to tell us what to do and what to how to move forward within our own
Democracy
communities.
Yo,
was not the
Absolutely not.
Duvalier,
was
let me tell
not
you
You know
something.
what I
You
mean?
know,
subject. It was
The
the
only
Duvalier
reason
was
I'm
dictatorship.
saying that, hang
Duvalier
on.
was
The only reason I'm saying Ibrahim Traore is a dictator from the Western perspective is because to us, the public, the people that are not. It's a bunch of things that equate to the way we view the world, and it's from a Western perspective, whether we like it or not. They will call him a dictator, and the minute we think about what a dictator is from the
But
Western,
sir, you're conflating
hang
things,
on,
and you're conflating things because you called him a dictator. Then now you're changing the frame of what you
no,
Duvalier
said,
was so
and
But
now
it's
you're
all
saying
over
listen,
from the
social
Western
media.
point of view.
Everybody's calling him a
Ethiopian
dictator.
president.
And Sages, there's also a
hang on.
point that I want to make. And every time a person say, "Yeah, we need a dictator, we need a dictator," this is a slave mentality. That this is slavery because at core we don't have this in between Haitian. The motto for Haitian is tout moun se moun, pa gen moun ki plis pa se moun. This is our motto from the bottom up. When we took our independence, look at Bookman Dude's statement. He
I
said that.
don't really agree with that one. I
No,
don't
he
really.
said that. You can disagree. You can disagree, but at core, this is our mentality. We are an egalitarian society, so we don't accept people who say to us, "Wow, you need to do this. You need to do this because it's good for you." At core, we are this because we fight for our independence. We are the first nation to reject the slavery. So every time a person say, "Ah, we need dictatorship," they forgot the Haiti's mentality. At core,
We're not the
though
first
they
nation
say
who
that.
want to reject slavery. We're the first nation who had a successful slave revolt.
I,
But
I don't think it's like a slave mentality. I think it's said as out of desperation. Haitian, the Haitian population just doesn't believe in Haitian politicians anymore. So like the minute they see someone that actually does something, they want that person to stay on power and forever. I think they're really
Yep.
desperate. It's like the situation has gotten so bad that they'll take anybody that's willing to do something and let that person like sit on power. That's about it.
I
Yeah, but
agree.
what do you
I
think?
actually
What
agree
do
with
people
that.
I
think
But
that?
agree. And this point of desperation is dangerous because what if a guy like Belos, for example, comes into power, and let's say he does have, 24 coup or something like that, the majority of Haitians, because they aren't educated, will support him. And I 100%
which
down
is
on that
why
hill. That's
education
what I
is
think.
important. That's why I mentioned the
Exactly.
mental
That's where I was
highlight
going with all of this. That's where I was going with all of this. We've
Se
been
point,
educated through the web.
mpase se point sa ke nou bezwen focus sou li. Minimum yo, epi ou augmente sou yo, right? Epi tout
Right.
fondasyon se konen. You need to know and you need to be able to,
Exactly.
mande so bezwen. Like me,
Right.
I'm very loud and people will be like, well, you're everywhere. Because I'm like my department is one of the 3 in Haiti that is not doing well right now. And by all the numbers coming out of Haiti, my department is like fighting for number 1 spot, like, at Port-au-Prince. And it's like, and even today, when you go to my hometown,
Thanks.
they
But
are
me,
celebrating the very people who got us to that point. Like
with
I
me
believe
too. Like
today,
where I live, I remember when I left Haiti at like 2018, and things were already bad. I live in the worst like in the ghetto in Haiti, and shit was already bad. Like when in 20 like at 15, it was already bad. You would hear gunshot, you would hear gangs, but it was never. They never had the audacity to actually go out when police officers. They would stay in their place at night. They would get bad, but like in the morning, they would go back to their dark spot. But now, like when my family are calling me, it's always, oh, no, 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 we just saw someone dying. And when I say they see those person dying, it's like right in front of fucking them. Some people, they see it like through social media. I feel like when it's
Can
not
I?
reality, you just cannot grasp how bad things are in Haiti. But like where I live right now, it's just like they have two gangs under their throat, and it's like
Can I
sometimes
say
I just
something real
cannot
quick?
believe this shit. Really.
Can I say something real quick? I want to go
Yeah.
back to whoever say that whenever somebody did good something in Haiti, they want the person to stay in power for however long. I think it has to do with a lack of education. Like the younger population, I don't think they're educated enough to know how a government system is supposed to work and why
Exactly.
it works certain
Why do you
ways.
think they were after Martine like this? They didn't even know the man.
Yeah,
If you go back seeing the kind of video Martine was doing, this man had
because
nothing to do with the
because
president, but you would see people defending him like their life depended on it. They're
because
just
it's
not
because
educated.
yeah. So the problem is I think it's people our age. I don't know what age group you guys are in, but I'm thinking like people in their 50s and mid 40s. There would be best to educate people like in the 30s, 20s. I think those are the guys who's actually putting these guys in power. Because people our age, we already know how the world runs. We already know what's going on. But the thing is, there's so little of us left. You know what I mean? So we can't really influence. I think as a community, or we should people our age should start having communities focusing on these type of things. Because when you look at Haiti, Haitian really Haitian really is not the one who's leading the country. It's all foreigners, and they have lots of money. But and the reason they're able to get away with that is because our youngsters are not educated enough to know this is not this is not how it run.
and that's by design. I want to say something so I can drop and she can bring somebody else up. I don't think you got, like, for me, I've been watching this thing in Haiti, and I say that on every live. Like, I've followed it for school because I'm like, okay, there has to be a reason why kids in Haiti are not able to complete an entire school year. It is by design. It is so they make sure they can do what they're doing now. And this guy in the comment is saying there's a difference between baby doc and papa doc. My mom lived that situation. My mom just turned 70. And I'm gonna say this from what my mom said. From the outside in, when Papa Doc was president, yes, the street were clean. But that did not stop people from disappearing at night. And people knew you could not speak against Duvalier, the Papa. Okay? They
Yeah.
knew that. They knew you could not speak against it. And then when my mom said, okay, Jean-Claude was a young kid, but also the very people with his dad were around him doing what they were doing. And his wife was, just spending Haitian money.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people are calling, this, oh, Duvalier was so great, because the people who actually lived through this, they tell you, yes, they felt safe, but they also know that safety came with them shutting their mouth and never daring to speak against Duvalier. And the one thing I learned when somebody said, you need to go read some more. So I did. I think it was intentional that when they amended the constitution, that they say you cannot exile or denaturalize a Haitian citizen, because this was something that Duvalier was famous for doing, shipping you out of the country so you're not an issue with him if he didn't want to take your life. So I feel like this thing, and I hear people saying, and I'm a social worker by job, not what I wanted to do, and it's like, okay, if we are talking about healing our psyche from the history of slavery, right?
Yep.
And from everything that has been done to us, how can us as the Haitian people still be thinking that it is okay to call for leaders who will unalive us for speaking against them?
Yep.
I don't understand that theory.
Nobody is defending what Duvalier was doing. Everybody, I think every Haitian with a sane mind would never defend what Duvalier was doing. But the thing is, I want you to, like I said before, people right now are.
The only thing we didn't have was freedom of speech.
Can I say something about this? I'm not picking on Duvalier's side, right? But I'm looking at if he was to be a politician in Duvalier's place, right? And you have America, and you have you have different countries, right? In his position.
I think y'all need to stop playing devil's advocate.
No. But listen, his position.
There's a practical argument to make against dictatorship also, because
yes, I know.
If you want to implement
that, but I'm
hear me out. But hear me out. Let me finish real quick.
We should focus on what's going on now.
Let me finish real quick.
If you were in his position, we don't need to have that conversation. But
this is where it starts. It's part of the problem. But the things we're not seeing, because in his position, he's in contact with people in government. Like you got the CIA, you got the FBI, you got people that works among us, that looks like us, that'll sabotage our plans, our future. And the majority of the population don't even know.
Why was he in this position? You need to tell the full story.
Hold on a second, Mark.
My point is.
So what is your point in making that summation?
Okay, my point is because if you think about it, part of the reason he again, I'm not going on his side, but I'm trying to think why he thinks this way, right? Part of the reason it's probably because he's trying to he's trying to instill fear in the people, so they don't so it's easy for him to spot who are the spies amongst us.
What? That don't make no sense.
What's not only about spies?
You don't make no sense. He was out there unaliving people senselessly. There's none of that. And I don't think that you should be like, this is what he thought, because you're not him. You don't know what the hell he thought. We do
exactly, and if you're actually trying to think like a dictator, it's like one of the most fucked up things. But the question wasn't about spies or anything. The question was, is dictatorship the way for Haiti? I think it was that.
It absolutely is not. I don't even know why no shade.
No, but we're talking about it because there's a lot of people on the internet saying things like, "Oh, in the time of the Papa Dog, shit used to be good." But was it really good?
Saying that is because of ignorance and lack of education, though.
Not just because of that. Like I said, they're desperate. I'm telling you, people are getting shot.
I'm not saying they're not desperate, because usually I'm
not defending what you said. I'm just I want you to understand where are they coming from. I don't think this dictatorship is the way. I agree. I'm so against it.
I never say I was.
I want you to understand, those people are not educated. They are desperate. Even the most basic need, they just cannot get.
I've already said that I agree with that.
Who's calling?
But that does not, just because that does not mean that there's two things. There's what's right and what's real. And I think that a lot of people get mixed up of what's real and what's right.
Like I said, Haitians are delusional.
So
They
Listen,
are. They don't. They're not.
no. Wait, delusional is a a psychiatry term. You're not a psychiatrist, I don't think, or a doctor. So I don't think you need to
I think she
give
was just
people a
saying that.
perspective
can
of
I just
what
say can I
delusional
can
That
I
what
is.
she
can I
said.
say something real quick?
I think that the issue is that there is a lack of education and there is ignorance on Haitian people's part, and this is done on purpose. We understand, like, even Haitian, like, if we're talking about like statistics in terms of school, if I'm not mistaken, 56% of Haitian children that are in school do not make it to secondary. Okay,
Yeah, that was the statistics.
Well,
I listen. You need to, and this is what I'm gonna say about the people who are uneducated. As Haitian people, we need to give grace. We need to give grace to people. And I'm not saying that, we should let the uneducated run wild and say crazy things, but we need to have grace with people and not call them delusional and things like that, because the circumstances of their life is what made them desperate, what made them have those thoughts, etc. Where they're living in flight and fight. They're in a
But
scarcity
that's exactly
mindset.
why I'm telling you. Why I'm telling you why there's the reason why people are calling like are thinking
I understand
dictatorship
that,
is the
so I
way.
don't understand.
Yeah,
I
you know,
there's
we
understand.
there's a
need.
point.
I
I think
understand
also
why
Like
there's
I'm
a
people
not
are
point to
saying I'm
make
saying.
not
about
saying like
Haitian
Can I
it's the
can
way.
people.
I
I'm just
can I
saying
just
you have to understand where people are coming from.
can
Those
I
I
hear
just
people
you.
can I just say can I
Am
just
I
say
not
this real
explaining
quick?
where people are coming from?
The notions that Haitians want dictatorship, that's something that I'm seeing more and more from the diaspora, right? The call for dictatorship. Majority of Haitians, and we have to understand when we talk about Haitians, especially Haitians in Haiti, Haitians are experiencing things differently. Economically, they are experiencing things the same, but socially, they are experiencing things differently. The issue in Port-au-Prince absolutely affect every corner in the country, some worse than other. But at the end of the day, when we come on live, especially us living in the diaspora, we're talking about, what is the next best thing for Haiti, and we keep asserting dictatorship. That is just a us thing, right? Again, there is a literacy problem in the community. And Haiti, we know the statistic for it in Haiti, but we barely talk about it. Statistic that actually exists in the diaspora. We have too many people who are uneducated in the diaspora who have access to these debates, and they come up and they say these things, trying to generalize and making it seems like this is the voice of the whole of a whole community when it's not. Haitians don't see it like that. Haitians do want a path where they get to elect their representative, but they are
Yep.
not seeking a
Yep.
dictator. Okay, they are not seeking a dictator. I don't like it when we keep having these conversations. Another thing that I want us to focus on is how the oligarch divide and conquer. Right, we know for a fact that
It's their power.
where Lenita is from is very much so a powerhouse when we talk about Haitian economy, right? The region where Lenita is from, like, when we talk about agriculture, pretty much can easily feed Haiti and also feed some part of the world by the sheer amount of crops that they produce, especially mainly rice. And we know rice is a crop that can be used for multiple applications. It's not just cook rice and beans and you just eat it. There's so
Yeah.
much you can do with it. Um, when we look at the gang concentration, right, in the social aspect from Port-au-Prince, we know why Port-au-Prince is the way it is. Port-au-Prince have been a bubble for so long. Eventually, it would have been burst. Way too many kids who grew up in Port-au-Prince telling me that, oh, when I grew up in Port-au-Prince, I seen this, I seen that. The first time I actually hear gunshot was in Port-au-Prince,
Let me say
right?
something real quick.
And because I grew up on DO, we never really experienced that the first time. But then later on, it started spreading throughout, especially under the Aristide when Guy Philippe started, causing chaos and all other people who support Guy Philippe and also the foreign powers as well. But the point I'm trying to say is right now, the way the oligarch control Haiti is to keep us to pay luck, right? They talk about pay luck. Economically, they lock down the country. They lock down the country by exploiting the stuff that we fail to put in place. Security in our local communities. The local communities have always been, vacant when it comes to leadership. We like way too many of them.
I
I
was
would
just
ask
about to say that.
I would ask a question to the audience. How many commune do you guys think Haiti have currently? Then that's not, don't even insert that. The point is, all the commune that we have in total, probably 25% of them is well run. The rest is just open. Anybody can come in and do whatever they want to do.
Okay. Let me
Hold
say
on,
something real quick.
because I think you see Birdie is like one of my toughest critics. He's always on my ass. I think he's the perfect person to answer that question. Birdie, go ahead. Or are you just here to spectate?
I think he's probably mute.
Okay, go ahead, Resonation.
Okay. You mentioned something about electricity, right? Since I was a kid, I mean, I left Haiti when I was a little kid, but I remember we've always had electricity problems. I mean, now we are living in an age of information. We have the internet, we have resources, we know where to buy stuff. I mean, any of us, if right now, us in this chat room right now, I promise you anything, we can come together and have a business together, even though I don't know you. It's because of the resources and how easy it is for us to access resources and funds. So my question is, with all these Haitians living in the United States, which is more secure than Haiti, why can't people put together and come up with a solution for all these problems we're having? And then we have a community here who's just focusing on things back in Haiti. So we slowly built we slowly built communities. We slowly built like a school plan system. I mean, why don't we educate people here?
But that's not the point. Who enforce? Let me ask this question: who enforce people paying their utility bill? Let's take an example. Well, even around the world, mainly in the United States, who enforce it? Is it the federal government, the state, or the local county or cities that actually where these people live?
Are you talking about here?
Here in the United States?
Well, the company. I mean, you can live in your house with no.
Again, a company can come in and put a invoice or utility bill.
When I say they enforce it,
can I make a point? Being
regulation of the electricity in the United States. Now, don't even the people. There's bodies that actually enforce it. My point is that we keep talking about, oh, we can put this, we can put that, but we ignoring the problem. The problem is the lack of structure. The problem is the lack of self-government.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Because Haiti.
Let me just finish this. You can build however many companies that you want to build, right? But at the end of the day, if you are not enforcing, regulation, you're not enforcing the law, you're not enforcing, whatever rules exactly just to keep people in line, you are not going to solve the problem. You are going to dump money at something. It will not going to give you any result. The problem in Haiti is that when we talk about can people afford electricity? Yes, people can afford electricity if the central government, right, or national government decided to put policies in place that welcome people in. That those people are going to build businesses. These businesses are going to be insured. Right? Insured, where they can invest their money, hire people. That's how people pay for stuff. Employ people. And then the local government can do their job. Right?
But I feel like the Haitian government will never do something like that. So it's like, how do we go from there?
Let me finish this. If regulation protect people, the reason why we have building codes is because if we let people build the way they want to build, people get unalive, right? One of the things that we have in the community is that, this joke, the running joke is that, people, the sense of volet courant, in my opinion, is the, I guess, the thing in your face telling you that there is a problem in the community. Right?
Really?
But we let it happen because it become a norm. We don't enforce things that actually keep us safe. We don't enforce things that actually make sure that the community is well run. We just keep pushing these ideas at a problem when you don't even have that. You know, like, come on, no, don't revolutionize the wheel. The wheel is the wheel.
Willie, let me answer your question real quick. What you just stated. Okay, you can't create this type of community or structure over there in Haiti. You can't, because of lack of security. You can't. So forget
Why
about.
is there no security?
Okay, let me finish.
Why is there no security?
Because you can't trust the government and you can't trust your
That's not the
next neighbor.
case. Security doesn't exist because again, you have to understand the central government job is to ensure that there is investment in these infrastructures. Hold on now. Security infrastructure is one thing that is very important.
I say structure.
Who maintained that the security infrastructure as far as police?
It's supposed to be the government,
so on and so forth. It is divided. The government is responsible, but at the end of the day, every single
let's
body
focus.
of government have
Let's
a
focus
role
on.
to play.
Let's focus
now. Hold on now. What we are seeing now is that we are seeing some body of governments are very much so absent from the role. They are not playing their role. Like I said earlier, before everybody come on, which I think Blendine explained it, in another way too, is that people are not taking their responsibility. They come in because they want a paycheck. They come in because they want power. They are not.
I mean, people are people. This is where you come with
and that's my point.
Hold on, be Willie. Keep it nom na pale. Y'all be long-winded. I'm sorry to tell y'all this, y'all, and this is not. Sometimes I be long-winded too. But can y'all put y'all pieces down and get to the point? I'm sorry.
I'm trying to focus on the problem for the solution for the problems he keeps talking about. Right. I'm trying to focus on solution. Okay,
you said it was business, right?
Okay, but the thing is, look, there is no security in Haiti. So when you look at Haiti and the United States, we have more security here. And I say something earlier, why don't we create communities here? Since there are more security, there are more resources, and there are more things that we can rely on that are, stable, consistent. We here, okay?
That does not work.
Wait, hold on.
If we create communities, if we create communities here that are focusing on Haitian problems, okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying focusing on our community here. I'm saying we create communities here amongst ourselves that are focusing on Haitians' problems. So basically.
Okay, land your plane. Like I said, we belong.
Okay.
People waiting.
So we talk about electricity problem, right? Like I said earlier, just us in the chat room, we can come up with a business plan because of the resources we have. So if we have a huge community here and we put together, I promise you and guarantee you anything, we can come up with a solution for that electricity problem down there in Haiti.
Okay, sir. I'm going to say this, and I think that you put in the cart before the horse. Because you're talking about businesses, right? That would require travel.
No. I'm talking about the solution.
Sure. Y'all need to learn how to control y'all impulse to interrupt other people speaking. Y'all really do. And maybe it's because I'm a professor or a teacher that the reason why I have an issue with this. But I let you have your full thought out. I think that we need to critically think about certain things that we are saying.
You don't ask me a question about it.
Finley is next. Finley, I don't want to hear no questions. Finley is next. Let Finley say what they gotta say because y'all been long-winded. Y'all been really long-winded, and we want to let everybody get a chance. Please.
Sorry. You hear me clearly?
Yeah.
All right. First, Resonation. I don't know who you are, but you're living in. Since when does people in the foreign country make a community to fix the problems in their
reason I'm saying
y'all saying Haiti? No, let me talk.
You asked a question.
He's not asking you to answer. It's a rhetorical question. Let him finish, please. Finley, don't ask nobody questions. Just say what you gotta say.
Okay. Second of all, y'all are saying Haiti needs a democracy. Point to one revolution. I want guys to point to one revolution that used a democratic type of government to gain control. That never happened. Look at Russia, Iran, China, North Korea, Cuba, even, bruh. Democracy will not work. Until the entire populace is educated, democracy won't work. And even if the populace was educated, foreign powers will still continue to interfere in Haiti's business. That's why Duvalier had tight control. You can observe tight control in Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. If you don't have tight control of the population, U.S. is going to come and destabilize your country. Like, how am I this young and I notice this, and y'all are saying, oh, we need a democracy. A democracy isn't going to fix anything. That's just a way for a foreign power to interfere in your government, in your country, and for oligarchs.
I disagree.
The people, Haiti's a live
but my
example of this
question
right
is,
now.
Wait, you
Oligarchs
gotta
will
let the
take
person land their
control.
plane, please.
okay, now
Finley,
that you
land
said
your
that,
plane, land your
I'm
plane.
done. I finished.
he's done. Can I talk now, please? Can I talk?
Wait,
Yeah,
let
go
him
ahead.
I just
he
have.
has not landed his plane. Listen,
He
y'all
just
got
said
some
he was
self-control
done.
issues. Y'all got some self-control issues. Y'all need to
No,
work on it.
he said he was done. Let me talk. I
Yeah.
just have one question.
But I want to answer
Because
Finley after this.
Can
listen.
Go ahead.
Can y'all let the other
He
person
said
who
he
has
was
not
done.
spoken speak, please?
Go ahead.
The person, my name is whatever.
Let Finley finish. I want to Finley to finish first.
No,
Yeah,
Finley's
I want y'all
finished,
to
but
respond.
I want to
Okay,
answer
my
Finley.
2 point. Okay, I want y'all to address the democracy point first.
I want to
I want to hear
talk
what y'all
to
have to say about that.
But let
Can we let Mika go first, please?
Yeah, I just, if I understood your point clearly, you said that like democracy wouldn't work in Haiti. Am I right?
Yes.
But like, my question is, if democracy won't work, what will work?
Oh, what? Oh, China is a. I keep saying the comments. China is a
My problem with it
textbook
is that you guys
example.
don't understand it. Okay, democracy might not be the best solution for Haiti right now, but I feel like you have to take like hints into history. When Cuba turned into communism, what do you think happened? You think if we turn down to communism or dictatorship, you think the United States won't be involved there?
No,
I know.
that's exactly my point. U.S. will be involved regardless of what government we have. The best way
Yeah.
to counter U.S. involvement is through a tight government, and a democracy doesn't provide a tight government.
The government, I would disagree with that because the when you have people who are sabotage your plan, and that's what I mentioned earlier. A lot of these things that are happening, it's not the country's fault. It's because their plans being sabotaged by foreigners.
That's my point. That's
hiding.
exactly my point.
They're
A
hiding
democracy won't
amongst
work.
the
Look at where Haiti is now.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying because it's a lot of things like even the coup that happened with Tonton Macoute Duvalier. I promise you anything, they had a lot of influence, outside influence that paid people, our own people, to sabotage plans. It's easy to create problems and chaos and revolution in a country if the country is not educated enough to know that how spies works. You know what I mean? Your next door neighbor could be a spy
Yeah,
and sabotage
listen.
your neighborhood.
I think hold on 1 second, because you keep talking about spies and all these other things.
It's just an example.
I have a
We're just
question for
talking.
Finley.
It could be.
Finley,
Yep, I'm here.
Haiti,
What's up?
is Haiti a democracy to you? Does Haiti have a democratic government?
Well, I think if you have elections, you're a democracy.
So Haiti is a republic with a constitution. And I think, listen, a lot of people,
I'm listening. Okay.
I think y'all need to start thinking about what words mean and things like that, because Haiti is not a democracy.
So the people don't elect.
It is a republic with a constitution that provides for a president and legislature.
Yes,
currently.
okay, but the process itself,
to get understanding,
the process
the
itself
Haitian people
is
don't
what we
vote for
call
the president.
democracy.
Yes, but you also have to understand that, because people keep saying democracy as if Haiti had a legitimate democracy in the first place after being occupied by the United States. So I think that because we're all using this word like democracy, like I said, there some people y'all putting the cart before the horse.
But
Before we can even talk about those types of elections and stuff, because you're talking about democracy, but we don't even have an infrastructure to have an election in order to quote unquote enact democracy.
I agree. I completely agree.
So, okay, so if you agree with that, I think that I think that we can skip the democracy conversation because we know that's not happening right now. That's not a reality for us currently. So I wish that we would have like conversations about things that we can change because we know there's no infrastructure to have these things. And Resonation, you said something in regards to creating businesses. In order for you to create
Listen, no, I didn't. Okay, Sage, I did not say that. I did not say that.
Si je parle qui t'aime fini, s'il vous plaît. Thank you.
I will correct you after this.
You said something about like businesses and how, the people in the US or outside, that's why I get resources, right? And you're saying that we can bring those resources to Haiti. I'm going to say this. There is a lack of trust between Haitians and Haiti. Though we are very much communal people, there is a lack of trust. So I'm just going to be honest, without proper infrastructure, there's no way someone's going to go have a business in Haiti where there is no structure. That business would not thrive because you may have money, but you may be throwing your money at the wall because there is no infrastructure to support the business. And I think once again, we're going to go back to the Maslow's hierarchy of need. What is the first thing we need? We need the physiological things needed in order to survive: water, food, etc. What do we need next? We need shelter. If I'm a business owner, if I'm someone who wants to invest in Haiti, I want to make sure what I'm investing in is safe, and it's not safe. We just got to be honest and real about what the specific situation is in Haiti. So even
can I say something, guys? I haven't.
No. I wanna respond to Sage.
Everybody spoke.
I wanna. She questioned me. I wanna respond to her. First of all, I didn't say create a business in Haiti. Okay, and then second reason I say here is because here we have more security to have a plan to work together, to work on some type of group community here. It's more safer. It's safe. It's more safe here than it would be to Haiti, right? So when I say once we have a community here, I'm not saying one person go over there, build a business, or I'm not talking about none of that. I'm saying we need a community here that are focusing on the problems in Haiti. You know what I mean? So if we have a community of 1,000 people put together, and then we put up with a plan and kind of propose a plan with some electrical company here or some electrical company in Japan, we have resources that we can reach we can reach globally here while we're here. We can't do it in Haiti because there's no security. And like you said, there's lack of trust. But here, a community of 1,000, 2,000 people can create a huge solution for the problem we're having. I'm saying like a vast majority, like 2,000 people that believe in one plan. We can come up with a solution. We don't need the government to do that because the government, all they care about is making money and then leave. They stay for like 2 months, 3 months, 2 years and go somewhere else. But us who's civilians, we can come up with a solution. We just need to build a big community focused on the problems we're having. That's what I'm saying.
I think people need to use context clues because as someone like, for example, Haitian Americans, especially Haitian Americans who have not traveled to Haiti, who don't know the lay of the land in Haiti, I think that whenever we're talking about solutions, I'm gonna also say this: a lot of people in America, a lot of Haitian Americans, very Europeanized. Y'all gonna try to bring European solutions to a place that might not necessarily need that solution. And I think it's very important. I'm just saying, I think it's very important that y'all think about this stuff because even when you're talking about plans, have you taken consideration of the native Haitian people? Natif Natals, not the ones fait l'États-Unis. I'm talking about Natif Natals.
Saj, one question.
That's not my name. Please don't call me that.
How to pronounce your name? Sorry. What is the pronunciation? Sages. Sages, one question. Where is it located? In the Western Hemisphere, right? If we're located in the Western Hemisphere, the only political model and the only ruling model that will function in Haiti is a Western democracy, nothing else. If we were located in Asia, Africa, South Asia, we could work with different political models, theocracies, etc. But we are on the Western Hemisphere. The most factible solution for Haiti is capitalism and our
No,
Western
it's not.
ideology.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Wait
I'm
a
sorry.
minute.
I'm sorry.
Let him finish.
Dave,
Let him finish. Let him
Dave, are
finish.
you from Venezuela?
I am Haitian too. I am
Haitian
Haitian.
Venezuelan. Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
By the way, my name is Jordan Richelieu. Richelieu is not a Venezuelan name, last name, sorry. So,
Okay.
yeah, just
Nice
want
to
to be
meet you,
clear.
Jordan.
Nice to meet you, Blandine. Sage, the thing is, we have to focus on this non-Western thing. We think not everybody, but some people have this mentality that democracy or capitalism is bad for a country like Haiti. And we have the thing is, you have to realize that we have never tried those solutions. We always on the other side. We always had dictators. We always had chaos at some point of the history. Before the Duvalier, before Papa Doc, Haiti was not a bad place. It was great actually. In the Caribbean, it was one of the most illuminated countries. They had electricity before a lot of Caribbean nations. So it's not like Haiti cannot function with a capitalist system. Is that a lot of people who are part of Haiti or Haitian community doesn't really care about Haiti. And the other thing is that we have a problem with education. You can have a lot of business. You can have the best political model. You can have a lot of investors, but if the people, the local population, don't have a good education, you will still have the same chaos. We are to focus on, if we have all these expats investing in the country, you will still have an issue with the violence and the kidnappings, etc. The only way to fix that is having a good education model, a good education system to better the life of some people who live in certain conditions. Because for me, I have seen some videos of how people live in Cité Soleil. That is inhumane. I've never seen something like that in my life anywhere, unless it's like Ethiopia, maybe Somalia, maybe, but not in the Western Hemisphere. So we have to fix those issues, those social tensions, the racism, the classism, the lack of education of the majority. Yes, the lack of education of the majority of the
Where's the
population.
racism coming from?
Yeah, we have racism. Yeah, we have racism.
The racism is coming from the whites, the blacks, the people
Light
of
skin.
color, light skins, etc. Everybody is have a
No,
ton.
it's
That's
not. Like you
crazy.
see, this is the problem
is.
that I have with these
That's
conversations.
crazy.
Y'all say stuff, and I'm sorry to say this, y'all don't understand that Black people cannot be racist. People of African descent are not racist. Y'all don't know what racism is.
Sage, have you ever been in Haiti? Did you born in Haiti?
Yes, I've been to Haiti many times.
My father was born in Haiti, and
I was born in
he told
Haiti.
me, listen to this. He told me
born in
that
Haiti.
he told me when he was
Before you give the story, can you tell us what racism is? Because we need to have a common understanding of what racism is before you tell me the story.
Sage, racism is discrimination based on race or ethnicity. That is, if you,
That's not what racism is. That's not what racism is.
I would
That is
agree
not
with
fully
him.
what racism is.
We have some racism in Haiti. I would agree with him.
My father, when he was a
White.
children,
I'm not saying all whites, but there are
Y'all
some.
using that word
Hold on. I just clicked on his profile.
Sage,
Hold
if
on.
you want,
I just click on your profile, Jordan, and I see that you have fair skin. So I could understand why you said that part where Black people can be racist because of what you look like. Now, I don't know exactly what your race is. Maybe you're a lighter complexion of a Black person, or because one of your parents is Venezuelan. Maybe the Haitian side is white or the Venezuelan side is Black. I don't know. But like I said, Black people can be prejudiced towards other Black people, but we can't be racist. We don't hate somebody just because they're white. We might not dislike them.
it doesn't happen like that, Steffi. Let me tell you
Yes,
why.
it does.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why,
Let me
Steffi.
say something really quickly.
Let me tell you
No,
why.
hold on. I'm not done.
So okay, based like I said, I always tell people we're always product of our environment. No matter where we go, we're going to be a product of our environment.
All right.
So whatever how we were raised or how we perceive the world is going to be different how other people. Just because we don't agree what you're saying, don't say it. Don't say, "Oh, that's not how it is." We have a different reality of how you grew up.
Steffi,
Darker skin color people, darker skin color black people, I should say, have different experiences than a lighter skinned person have. Like especially with you, mixed race. I'm assuming. I don't know.
That's true.
I come across Jordan
That's what I'm
before.
saying. So when we're saying that black people can't be racist, it's true. You might not agree with it. Maybe there was one incident somebody didn't like you because of your lighter skin color, and you perceived it as you trying to generalize everybody of being all black people are being racist. But for us, for me specifically, I could be prejudiced towards other black people, but I'm not racist towards other black people or other skin
But
color.
Stephanie, that's not the case.
Whatever.
That's not the case.
Let me finish 1 second.
I have come across Jordan before, and I think I have had a debate with Jordan before, and I know Jordan ideology, and he would love to believe that Haitians, especially dark skin or black Haitians, are racist, right? And no matter what we say to Jordan is going to stick to his point of view on this
I
one.
was never being specific about.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There is nothing that we can do to change that. There is some classism in Haiti, and the classism is not being perpetrated by majority dark skinned Haitians. It is being perpetrated by people who
But
looks like Jordan.
Be really.
Again,
Come on, guys. You guys are
and
assuming things I never say.
let me finish. Let me finish this.
I think
If you come across a Haitian,
let Jay finish what he was going to say because he didn't.
Yeah, Chris, he will never finish. He will never finish, Sanchez. You can give him 10 hours, he will
I am
never finish.
not talking at all. I am being interrupted for no reason. You guys don't want me to say the truth.
Finish.
All right.
And I know what I'm saying because I talked to you before, and I know how you are, dude. Come on.
Okay,
All right.
All right, then let him finish then. Let's go ahead, Jay, get it out.
Even if you want to capitalize that racism is a systematic issue, in Haiti, there's systematic racism towards any type of skin color.
No, there isn't.
In races, let me finish. My father was in Haiti when I was small. My father was born in Haiti. You know what my father told me? He's a black skin Asian, dark skin Asian. He told me that when he was a children growing up, juvenile.
Why can't you say he was black?
Oh my God!
He's from Venezuela.
Just let him finish. Let him finish. Even I interrupted. I apologize for that. Go
I
ahead,
apologize. Continue, Jordan. Sorry.
He said, I'm telling you what he said when he was a young person living in Haiti. He said that every white or light skinned person he saw, he wanted to unalive them. That's what my father said. I'm not
So
talking
are you trying to say your father was racist?
Listen.
Let him finish.
The issue is not only black Haitian or white Haitian. There's a lot of division between people in Haiti. They still have the classism. They still have the people living. They think skin color will determine the real world in society, and a systematic level of racism they do exist in Haiti. It exists. So my point is not only the race, it's not the race situation, it's that the division Haiti have inside don't allow the people to be united and have a common identity as Haitians. Before Papa Dog,
That's how I know you BS. I'm sorry to say this. That's how you know you are BSing. 95% of Haiti is black. People of African descent. Y'all do not make the majority up. So that's how I know you're BSing. And I can't listen. And I'm gonna say this. I never
say different. I never say different, Sajay. I never say different.
Yeah, but you said a collective identity. We have a collective identity. If anything, like that don't make no sense. I'm just gonna say that as a black person, as an objectively black person. Ain't nobody mistaking me for nothing else but black.
Sajay, do you know
I'm gonna say this. You misconstrued a lot of things. You misconstrued.
Can we go back to the race stuff later?
I'm talking about unifying the country to everyone have as a same identity as Haitian. Some people listen, Sajay.
Unified.
Let me finish, Sajay.
Let's go back to racism later.
The reason why, listen,
I was
the
not talking about
reason why the
racism.
people are not
I was
unified
not
is
talking about
specifically because of education. It literally is because of education.
Yes,
It's not
education.
because of
Yes, Sajay, education have a lot to do because in the school, the system of teaching come from France, and they teach a lot of BS
Okay,
on the school.
Jay,
That's not even the
can
point.
I
That's not the
mention
point. That's not
something?
even. That's
Because
not
Jay,
even.
Papa,
Jay,
look,
Jay, my name is Jay. Can I mention something? You do the exact same thing all the time in every life. You mention race, no matter what it is. It might be in economic lives. You talk about race
I
anyway. It
talk
doesn't
about,
matter.
I mentioned
So now
everything, Birdie. I said everything, not only race.
let me say something. What I want to say is I agreed with Bewilly and Sages when we were talking about um, 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 the system of government that we have, the governance that we want to have. Dictatorship is not the solution. I've seen a lot of Haitian Americans. Sorry, I'm outside. I've seen a lot of Haitian American wanting dictatorship, wanting to go back to the Duvalier period, and they keep saying that. Well, my mom said, "Well, your mom and your dad never told you the bad part. You should question why they did it." Mention that.
Let's, Birdie,
Jay, I'm not talking to you. Let
I
me
was
finish.
interrupted. I was also interrupted. I never,
On bagay an kreol ki di ferme bouche ou le moun ap pale. Ok? Ferme bouche, le moun ap pale. Ok, thank you.
that is rude.
Ferme bouche ou le moun ap pale, ma pale, m gen la parole. Ok?
Pour qu'ils soient pas fait même bouche, les m'a parlé.
An nou bot Simon, an ajite kou
Ou
bot
pas faire
Simon.
même bouche, les m'a
Ok?
parlé, hein.
Kunyala. Now, what's happening with what we're talking about, Baby Doc and Duvalier? The Duvalier was bad. They were the worst for Haiti. Haiti wasn't a rich country under the Duvaliers. Can you
Exactly.
guys ask yourself, is 30, 40 years later after the Duvalier, we're having an education issue? You guys should question yourself why. It's because they didn't build school. No one can point to you 10 schools that the Duvalier ever built. I don't know if your parent told you that.
Birdie,
Nobody can tell you that.
Birdie, let
The
me ask you a
Duvalier
question, bro.
didn't do that. Hold on, let me finish making my points. So we're talking about education. Why is it the population is so uneducated the way guys you're talking about? Is that an issue that started 5 years ago, 10 years ago?
No,
No. It started 30 and
Duvalier.
40 years ago
Since
under the
Duvalier.
Duvalier, right? That's
That's
the
what I was
first thing.
trying,
We're
Birdie, that's what I
talking
was trying
about
to say,
healthcare.
Birdie.
No,
Birdie.
it's not what you were trying to say. Let me
But you
finish.
guys kept interrupting me. You guys kept interrupting
Um,
me.
when we
You
come to
guys,
healthcare, right? The same thing, only one place. The Duvalier basically built a power base in Port-au-Prince. The reason why we're having shanty places or those crazy places in Port-au-Prince is because of the Duvalier, right? They decided to take people on the countryside, bring them to Port-au-Prince to protest for them, to show support for them. And then do you know what he did? Refused to bring the bosses to bring them back home.
But
That's
Birdie,
how you have
Duvalier
Port-au-Prince,
also
right?
prosecute a lot
So
of.
when we are talking about the Duvalier, you guys need to be very careful. It's not a model that we want to repeat, and it's not good for us. Basically, in conclusion, Haiti wasn't rich under the Duvalier. We were a broke and poor nation under the Duvalier. The
hey,
second
Birdie,
thing I would like to say, a lot of people are supporting Jovenel right now. But I would like to remind you that during Jovenel, 2 million people came out one day against Jovenel. Where were you guys? No one stood up for the man. And now all of a sudden he is good? Where were you? 2 million people protested against the man, said that he was a dictatorship. Because what? All of a sudden everybody is against Dimitri Vob when he said something 5 years ago. Nobody said anything about Dimitri Vob 5 years ago. You know why none of you said anything about that? It's because you guys hated Jovenel, a
And this is
black
why.
man just like us.
And
We
okay,
hated the
Birdie.
man.
I wanted
We
to say
hated him
something,
so much.
Birdie.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. Jovenel wanted to do certain things. Oh, he has
What certain things?
introduced a law against terrorism. Did you guys know Jovenel introduced a law against terrorism? Do you know what everybody said? Oh, he wanted to be a dictatorship. He had to pull the law back.
What
In
kind of
that
terrorists
law,
would
it had
Haiti have?
Okay.
tools. It had,
Resolution.
let me finish. Let me finish. In that law, it had tools that could have helped us, right? That could have helped us fight what we have today. But we say no. he introduced a law about identifying Haitian, national ID card. We said no. We had people throw away their card or cut their cards. So please, people, when you guys
Okay,
are talking about Jovenel, don't come and defend him right now because all of you hated the man.
okay,
Don't make it like you loved him. All of a
Can
sudden
Bertie,
he
can
all
I
of a
say
sudden you
something?
guys loved him.
Bertie,
Can I say
this,
Seriously?
something?
no,
Resonation.
Come on.
Resonation. Let me say something
yeah,
because all right, all right. 1 second, right?
I want to answer Bertie after this.
Yeah, because Bernie, I was going to go to that point, but I was interrupted back to back, and the people will ask me question why race. I mentioned a lot of
No, you wasn't,
things.
Jay. No,
No,
you
no, no.
wasn't. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is the issue,
I'm,
bro.
I'm
Let me
next. I'm
finish.
next.
Let me finish. Be really. The issue is not only the race. I was talking about the unity because since the Duvalier, when Duvalier was in power, he didn't only mess up the education system in Haiti. He prosecuted a lot of businessmen, a lot of people who were architects. He prosecuted a lot of people who work on the educational system of Haiti. He didn't only do that. The reason why I mentioned classism and race is because he focused more on diplomatics. He went into neighborhoods and marginalizing people with the Tonto Macoutes and stuff like that. So when I'm talking is because I know what I'm talking about. I'm making sense. The deterioration of Haitian culture and society happened since like maybe 40 years ago. That is true.
Okay.
And the solutions a lot of people were giving on this panel, they were talking about businesses, about expats. What expat can go to Haiti right now in Port-au-Prince and start a business in Port-au-Prince? In some areas it's possible, but in the
Haiti
center
is
of
not
Port-au-Prince,
Port-au-Prince.
I know Haiti is not Port-au-Prince, be really, but let me give you an example, right?
Let him
Port-au-Prince,
finish.
Port-au-Prince is the capital of Haiti, correct? All
Yes.
right. Let's say you have a problem in your brain, but the rest of your body still have mobility. You have to take care of the situation you have in your brain, right? Because this is where the problem starts. If Haiti don't fix the issue for Port-au-Prince, soon it will come to affect the whole country. So the thing is not, no, this is only Port-au-Prince. It's serious because the 95% or 91% of the capital is controlled by gangs. That's something that you hardly see in a country like the capital of the country is controlled by gangs. This is something that have to be taken care of. And besides that,
Yes.
this whole system of education, the whole
Not
political
terrorists,
system.
it's gangs.
Yes.
Okay, that's what you said. The Haitian government said it is terrorism. Who are you
There's no
to
terror.
tell them
There's no
it's not?
terror. Do you
So
know how
what's the
terrorists
point?
act? No, no.
That's
Let
what
me,
you point.
Bertie,
Why don't you
Bertie,
go and sit with
Bertie,
them? Why don't you go
Bertie.
and sit with them and have tea
Terrorists,
and drinks? They
Bertie.
are terrorists.
Terrorists,
They are what it is.
Bertie.
They are what
Terrorists
they
and
are.
gangs are
They are what
different.
they are. Why don't you
Terrorists
just go
and
have tea
gangs
with
are
them?
different.
Go and
To
have tea with them.
me, that's like empty promise he's making. Haiti
Go
doesn't
and
have a
have
terrorist
tea
problem.
with
They
them.
have gang problems. And second, you
Anyway,
talk about national ID. What is national ID is going to be good for?
what do
I
you mean?
mean,
What is the
think about
national
it.
ID is going to be good for? Are you
What,
serious?
what is that for? Okay, tell me what comes with it. What's the benefit it comes with?
Are you
That
serious?
I'm sorry, resignation, but that was crazy for you to say that.
That
No,
is one
no.
of the
Tell me the
see
benefit. Tell me.
when
Tell me the
people are
benefit.
talking
Maybe I
about
missed
Haitian
something.
What is the
American
benefit of
being
having an ID in
problematic.
the United
No,
States? What's the benefit of
he
having an
said
What
ID in the
national
in the
United
ID.
States?
world?
What is the national ID? Tell me the benefit it comes with when
What
you
is
The
took
the
the test.
six
benefit
card
of having a
identification
US
national.
ID, sir? What is the benefit of having a US ID, sir?
What?
It's
No,
just
let
our
him answer
ID.
that question,
It
Bertie,
just
because
it just
Where I'm going
ID.
at, we
Really?
have bigger problems. We have bigger problems that
Really?
stop progress in Haiti.
Did you know how they resolved the issue in 2004 when Aristide left? Everybody need to carry their own ID with them in the street. See, that's what's problematic with a lot of you guys when you don't know things and then coming up. The way we solved the issue in 2004, 2005 is because the Haitian government asked everybody to have their ID with them. That's why we were able to identify those people that were causing the problem. When Preval solved that problem 2004, 2006, I'm just saying, you need to know. And also, for a lot of you defending Jovenel, Jovenel has his own little oligarchs under his arms. The same week he chased Dimitri Vob, he gave $18 million to Andy Apped and thousand acres of land to Apped. Just saying. So a lot of you are very problematic when you're not learning, coming up with this reality from somewhere and not even thinking about the issue or what an idea is going to form, going to solve
What I'm
seriously.
saying, we have bigger problems than that. We have bigger
Okay,
problems
bigger
than
problem.
So wait,
IT
wait.
solved the issue of
What's the biggest
security as
problem?
well.
we have school problems, we have electrical problem, we have hospital problem,
Oh
we have
my
health
God.
Okay, so
problem.
what?
I'm saying
Okay,
if
in
I was the
terms of
president,
prioritization, because you
my
have many
priorities would be the
problems.
electricity. It would be the
Like you said,
electricity.
wait,
It
wait,
would be
wait, hold on,
schools.
hold
It would
on,
be health.
hold on,
the
because you said we
electricity,
have
the
Can I
many
ask
trash in
what's
the
the
problems.
streets,
argument?
the
Like, what's
gang
You
the
said we
violence,
argument?
have many problems,
domestic
right?
violence, political
Resonation.
violence,
Hold on. I'm
Yes,
not
discrimination,
talking to you,
yes,
Jay. I'm not
everything.
talking to you, Jay. I'm
yes.
talking to
Go ahead.
Resonation. You
Go
said we
ahead.
have many problems. So you
I
know
said we
there is
have
something
bigger
called
problems.
priority, right? There's
Yes, we
something
do
called
have bigger problems.
prioritization. What problem do you think is the first problem we should challenge?
First problem I would take care of is electricity. Then the problem is security, healthcare, and school. Those are my 4 problems I
And
would
without
tackle.
To
security,
Thank you,
provide
Resonation.
you don't
We're
security,
have
finally
Hold
somebody's.
on.
lights.
Resonation, you are
to
it seems like
provide
you're one of
security,
the only
you
person
need to
smart on this panel.
secure those electrical station. And to secure those electrical station, what do? You need security. You need to have IT to identify who's who and who's not.
If
I
they're
mean,
working with the government, they should have
basics
ID.
But
101.
Birdie, we're
What's
talking
the
about the bigger
argument
Birdie.
in this?
Anyway,
We're
Like,
talking
so
about the bigger picture, Birdie.
that's
We're talking about the bigger picture. We know the ideas will be
okay.
necessary. We know the documents of the civilians will be necessary.
Anyway,
But we're talking
so
about the bigger
that's what I
picture.
wanted to come and say my 2 pieces for the people who are supporting Duvalier. That is a bad model. You
It,
guys need
it
to move on and
it's
do something
horrible.
else.
It's horrible. Eventually, I
All right.
dislike
Have
well,
a
about
good
it
okay,
so
night.
much.
so I could speak because I actually know Nicholas Duvalier, and I know I said this before. And there's one girl on she was around here, and she's like, I was lying. I have photos. I tried like, but you placed it only on audio. Like I actually know like Nicholas Duvalier, and one thing like the way his family state things and the way things happened that I read in history because I wasn't alive, so I can't tell you how it was because I wasn't alive. It's two different ways. And that's one of the problems us Haitians were having because when you talk to the oligarchs face to face, when you sit and you talk with them, they have a whole different story than when you talk to the people. And like I'm not taking sides because you really can't take sides. You have to see where everyone is coming from. Like one thing I learned was that after the father was a dictator, his dad didn't want to be president. His dad was forced to be president, and then the dad just chilled around, and then the upper ups just did everything they wanted to do. And then, but his dad took the blame, and then the mom is a whole show within herself. Like seeing the mom, she is a diva. She wanted the life, she got the life, and she lived the life.
I wanted to say something, Jahanama. Not all the oligarchs are bad, as many
No,
Haitians
I'm
says.
not saying that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm not gonna put everyone in one box because when you box everyone, you don't get to the bottom of things. Like when you sit in like one time, I'm not gonna sit names. I was talking to an oligarch because the lifestyle I grew up and I seen a couple of them. I've been to Haiti, as you can see. I'm always in Haiti, and one thing they say is the people of Haiti are their worst. They are their own enemies.
Yes,
And
that's what I've been saying all the time
and
too.
I always like wondered, why do you guys keep saying that? And then one thing he said is like, he's like, as long you feed them, you give them good music, they don't care about nothing else. And they're not the type of people, like if you come and you try to fight for a better life for them, they're gonna destroy you, and then they're gonna go for the opposite because they don't know better. They don't like, and I always was like, that's not true. Like I know better. Like I know better for myself until I experienced it within my own self. And I'm like, sometimes maybe it's a lack of education, but I'm also the type, I'm the bad guy.
Jahanama, it's lack of education. That is the main problem.
But I'm also, I
Haiti,
take the role as the bad guy, but sometimes in order to get goodness, you have to pay the bad guy role. From what I could see, like one of them stated, if they ever want to make money, they like, I will get a venue, I will get artists, I will make them sing. and you will see the same artist that never stands up for
This
them,
is not
they will
true.
go and support.
Also, the problem is they put these people that's not educated.
But let me
on
finish.
the
Let me
floor
finish.
on
I'm
the
gonna make my
stadium.
point. I'm gonna make my point.
All right, all right.
When he said that, he's like, I'm gonna rent out a venue. I'm gonna get these artists that they work for me, and I will get them to go and support the same artist that never stands up for them, because that's the type of people they are. They don't know any better.
That's what they do
And
here.
I remember I got into a fight. I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, you can't just. And then I watched it. I watched it over and over. I watched them. They put a venue
Why are we
together.
tired
I
of
watched
people
the people
saying
they
this? This is
sing.
simply
All
not
of us
true.
go, we support, and then we never get to, like, that's one thing I was saying. I was like, you guys don't realize these artists in these gangs have the same boss. Back in the day, our parents
you
never
don't know
wanted us
anything
to be
about
artists
that.
because they say artists die poor. What's
What's the
going on that
primary
all of a
sources?
sudden now the American artists are running towards touring because they're like, music doesn't make money, but the Haitian artists are running towards music? That don't make sense.
Jahanama, and you
Did you ever live in
you
Haiti?
on point, Jahanama.
Jay, did you ever live in Haiti?
Yeah, when I was small,
Once.
yes. When I was small, yes.
Yeah, when did you leave Haiti?
2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004.
So you don't know anything about the current situation, and people
It
keep
was the
saying,
good. Yeah, I know about the currency. It was a good.
yeah, I left Haiti last year, and I'm sorry, and I'm from one of the neighborhood that has been attacked by gangs, and I was there, and what you saying, guys, is not true, and you keep saying that people doing things. People resisted to gangs in Haiti. People build some stuff in Haiti. You keep saying that we are our enemy. You don't know anything happening in Haiti. I'm sorry. You're just using secondary sources. You
No, I'm
don't know
not using
anything
secondary
happening in the
sources.
field.
Mark,
And you sound
listen.
classist. I don't know where you come with those ideas that people live.
Mark.
Okay, if people resist to gang in Haiti, why is
Mark,
it so
one second. Mark, you have to understand something. We have civilians, innocent civilians that are being
Jana, just take the words of
we have
Nicolas
innocent civilians. I never accused the civilians of nothing. I was talking about
No, it's not. You are not accusing civilians. You're just saying that it's the population that is responsible for what's happening to them.
I'm not saying the population. I'm not saying
not the population. No,
Mark,
no,
I'm not
because
saying
Haiti is a
government is the
hierarchy. It's like it's stages of this. I feel like we are in the United States. We are the diaspora.
Jahanama, 1 second. I've never said that the population of civilians in Haiti are the responsible of the gang violence in Haiti.
No, not the gang violence, the whole situation.
One second.
And you just say that because they are not educated.
Mark, 1 second. I said that the situation that's going on in Haiti for decades and decades and decades, the only people who can solve it is the common Haitian living in Haiti.
No, that's not the only people that can solve it, because it's not the common people that created it. I could tell you who created it. When you look at the history of Haiti, for example, Haiti has been exploited over and over. Until this day I'm speaking to you, in Limonade, Haiti, right now they're mining.
All right.
Okay, so the diaspora Haitians,
but what the people do about it? They're mining right now.
This is a problem. This is a problem I have. Jahanama, I was agreeing.
You guys have to let me talk, though.
Jahanama, I was agreeing with you. Jahanama, I was agreeing with you. 1 second. Mark, I was agreeing with you, Jahanama, with all the points you gave earlier. But even if somebody else come to my house and the person come and
but that's where I'm telling you, you have to let me make my point. You have to let me land my plane in order for you to even talk. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be mean, but one big example right now in Limonade, Haiti, they have gotten people from Sri Lanka, and I have footage, and I've seen this for myself. They take them and they make them mine for them, and they're mining. And then you know what's going on? A lot of times, if you go to Cap Haiti right now, you'll see cracks all over the floor, and a lot of times the people, they see the floor shakes out of nowhere. And they keep saying it's a minor earthquake. It's a minor earthquake. It is not a minor earthquake. It's them mining to take stuff out of the land. And whenever the people stand, wait, let me finish. Oh my God, you have to let me land my plane. Yes. Whenever the Haitians stand and they try to talk about it, they either mute them because, like Palestine, as you could see, Haiti, we all have the same common denominator. When you look at Venezuela, Haiti, Congo, Sierra Leone, Palestine, It's the same group of people oppressing Haiti.
Jahanama, let me say something. You're right. I agree with you with all the points, but you have to understand something. This is where I was talking about the division in Haiti.
So at the end of the day, if the
Let me
younger,
finish.
if the
Let me learn.
okay,
Politicians, oligarchs, pause, agricultures.
Harry, mute yourself.
Just like coming
Mute
in
yourself,
and
Harry.
no. Extra. Being put in the system. The extra, yeah, the extra.
Harry, please mute yourself. Thank you.
He won't hear you. He's busy.
Just mute him yourself.
Mute him. You can mute him. Yeah. Politicians, business owners, oligarchs, the people who
but
sell.
okay, so look at the rate of
everyone,
presidents
listen,
Haiti
Jahanama.
has ever had. Either they've been overthrown
God, but
when they
Jahanama,
speak,
please, girl, I'm sorry, Jahanama. I don't mean to
but
finish.
you're not letting no one land their plane. So it's going to be
Everybody-
hard for us to have this conversation.
I allow you to speak a whole. You already land your point. I'll let you finish.
She just said that she didn't finish her point. So how you gonna tell her when her sentence
Go
ends?
ahead. But she just tell me everything. Go ahead. Go ahead. No problem.
It's easy for someone like you to be like, oh, Haiti's this, Haiti's that, Haiti's that. But you also have to look at the array of like presidency, like people Haiti has ever had. It's either they've been assassinated when they speak or they stand against some things. They've been overthrown or they're the little bitch dog. For example, Martine, whatever, he went far within the presidency. Why did he go for? He was their bitch dog. He was their bitch dog. But why is no? Let me finish. Let me land my plane. Why is it that Haiti can't not just be left alone? Just like Palestine can't be left alone. Venezuela can't be left alone. Congo can't be left alone. Why is all these countries have one common denominator? And that's the question no one will ever ask. It's the Haitian people's fault. It can't be the Haitian people's fault. When you have something, they will not leave you alone.
I want to answer her and come.
I have to talk with my girlfriend because it's like every time I come to a Haitian panel, I can speak my mind. People keep
Go ahead, Jay.
me,
Go ahead.
they're interrupting me. They're always complaining everything about me.
It's okay, Jay. Just finish with
Jay.
resignation. Let him finish, please. Let him finish. And Jay, please make your point very succinct. Make it quick.
But she was talking like a whole 50 minutes. Bernie also did it, but I have limited points.
You could have been making your point.
This is a dominant panel. It's a
so
dominant panel.
you
The
speak
most
a lot.
dominant person is going to speak. The most dominant person. You see, the way that you take over a live like this is you just keep talking.
I'm
So you
also
just keep
Haitian.
talking.
Like,
Jay.
when all right,
Nobody said that you were not Haitian, sir. Go ahead and make your point.
But let me land my point. All right. Jahanama, I was agree with you, right? But this is where I was talking about division. The reason why I say division is because I went to Haiti when I was in Haiti when I was small. I saw a lot of things that I say this country is divided. There's many fractions, political parties, social class, everything. Business owners, politicians, the people who sell on the streets, police, the army, everybody is Haitian in Haiti. The only people who can stand for Haiti is the people who are Haitians, who was born in Haiti. Regardless if he's a business owner, if he's an oligarch, if you have blue blood or red blood, they're all Haitians. They were born in Haiti. So nobody else from France, England, or no oligarchs.
That's not true.
Let me finish, Johanna. Regardless if they did harm to Haiti in the past, they will not fix it. How you expect somebody who harm you, would hurt you, to fix your situation? He's not your friend to fix it. You have to fix it. You have to fix it
They
for
come to
yourself.
take. They just come to take.
But then again, that when I'm saying, for example, me, I was born in the United States of America. I know how privileged I am. For example, if I talk out against an oligarch, it's going to be hard for them to take me down. Because at the end of the day, I go missing, there's going to be New York after you. I go missing, there's going to be Miami after you. I have branches, I have family members, and they're not going to play around. But if you look at a little poor Haitian that's in, I don't know, Cité Soleil, they speak out, they go missing. Who's looking out for them? So it's just like when I speak out, I'm like, that is my duty because I know like I have the power to stand against them and I'm standing firm and they're not going to do shit.
They can do.
Because we don't have a community here that supports them. We don't have a community here.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So if they don't have a voice, I will be the voice for them. And when I stand against the oligarchs, I'm like, come for me, baby. Come for me. I promise you, you don't want this type of smoke. And they know better than that. But for example, someone in Cité Soleil, They can't even leave Cité Soleil. Half of them are starving. They're dying of starvation because they cannot leave Cité Soleil. There's no food. Like right now, I have a school in Borepo. I'm dying to get food to these people.
Jahanama,
You can't even get
imagine
food to these
you
people. So
grow
how you expect for them
a,
to stand
NGO to support
against?
these people in City Soleil and send them food, send them supplies, medicine, and once
But
that
that's what I'm
come out,
saying.
the
You're
gangs
not
took over
understanding. You're
and
thinking
take
it's
all the
they
goods
have
you
to
send
stand
for these
against it.
people.
If
How
they
you
don't
gonna
have
deal
the
with that?
power or no one's gonna be listening to them, you
I
have the
see
power.
what
You use
Johanna's
your power
saying,
to do
Jay.
it.
I think you
No,
and Johanna are saying
I
stuff.
got her. I got her resignation. She's right in a lot of points. I am not against all her points. She have common sense and she's speaking facts. But the thing is, you have to see the bigger picture. Yes, not everything is black and white, or not everything is good and evil. Let's say you bring these goods for these people. You raise a funds with some other experts and try to help these people in those poor
No, but it's also
neighborhoods.
you
Well,
standing your ground.
one second, Jahannama. Once the help come, these people are being unalived, their houses are burned, and all these things happen. How are you gonna deal with this situation? It's not Americans doing that. It's not the hunger or the poverty doing that. It's their own
But
Haitians
but
doing
this
that. You
is
understand what
where
I'm saying?
I want to tell you. Like for example, when the earthquake happened, and I spoken about that. My friend's mother is a psychiatrist, and she's lately told me this exactly what's happening in Haiti would have ended up happening. She's like, they're gonna go after the kids that lost their parents, that have nothing. They're gonna go in, and then when you take a look at it, you see they're the same people that went to Haiti and flown their flags with the Haitian flag. They given you every sign you could, like, open your eyes. They tell you everything you need to know. You just need to know how to read what they're saying to you. They go in, they make sure that they go to the people that's more vulnerable, less stable. Like for example, they would never hand someone like me a gun, because I'm going to be smart enough to know, you hand me the gun to kill my sister, I'm going to kill you with it. You know what
And
they do?
then
They go to the kids that are poorer, the kids that have nothing left, the kids that think that everyone has forgotten about them. They go to them and they offer them everything. They offer them food, they offer them clothes,
Benson,
they offer them
can I
you
shelter,
make
have
one
a
point and
point.
I
You
money,
will
have a
and
I
then
will
point,
they
go
hand
down
them
Jahannama.
a
because
gun. And you know what happens from
Jahannama, you
that?
have a
Y'all
point.
having
I
a
think
circular y'all having a circular conversation at this point. Like
Yeah,
for real,
it's a
for real.
bit.
yeah, let me make a
Mark,
point
Mark, go
and I
ahead,
will
make
go
your
down.
point.
I think many people in the diaspora have a problem with Haiti when they look for solution. They got some savior syndrome, like we need to save those poor people. They can do anything by themselves.
No, you just need to take
This is
responsibility. If you love a
yeah, I
country, you
think
stand for it. Just like if you love the United States of America, you stand for it. You don't just stand by and watch it go down the drain. You fight for what
yeah,
you
but
love.
the way that you frame some solution is like we need to save those people and not
No,
collaborate
you
with
need
us
to help them so tomorrow, one day they're
let
gonna
me let
remember
me
you
let
did
me
something
say
to them and you
let
could
me
help
make
them.
the point, and I will go down. And I think people underestimate the point that how people resisted in Haiti. I think because you are far away from a very long time, maybe you don't know that, but there's a lot of strength, and people are thinking Haiti. They are strong enough to change the situation. They need some
that's not
leadership
true,
to
Mark.
point out solutions, but
That's
they
what
have the
Jay was
strength
trying to say.
to.
And let Mark finish, please.
And I will. You can imagine that there's some magical solution that you will change something and get some savior syndrome, but there's some community in Haiti, and I was there last year, and I spent all my life there. They are strong people. Maybe they need some leadership, maybe they need some guidance, maybe the
Yes.
diaspora can provide them some framework to
Yes.
change this, but they
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not comfortable with the savior syndrome where you are acting with authorities like we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. The
Yes.
solution will come not from you guys. You cannot change anything where you
But there
are. You
needs to be
cannot
a
change.
cleanup, a stair cleanup. Like we need to clean up from the top to go to the
Yeah, but
bottom.
Then we need a cleanup. It's
I
true.
don't
We need
know.
a cleanup, Janama.
And
But we
when
need a
people
community first.
even when people think about
You need
about gang problems, they really like to imagine like poorest people that never resisted
guys.
to gangs, and gangs just
Mark.
taking territories. And it's not the state that resisted to gangs. I need to tell you that
the state is doing nothing to change the situation. It's people by
Exactly.
themselves who are defending
Exactly,
themselves.
my
So
brother.
if you think that, if you have to imagine that gangs attack a neighborhood and they themselves organize themselves to resist to the
Exactly.
gangs. So I don't know where this savior syndrome came from, but
Mark.
you need to change the way that you think.
Mark, I agree with almost
So
everything
I'm
you
in
said.
Europe right now, guys, and I need to get some rest. It's 4 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
So
Mark, I almost agree with everything you said. The issue is that with also
I don't
Jahanama,
agree.
I agree with some things you say
Because
that
if we
I
stay,
agree with something you say,
stand there and
Jahanama.
watch.
Y'all
I
can't
agree with
listen. We can
Let him
all
finish,
sing
Johanna.
together. We
Let him
can
finish,
all
Johanna.
sing together, but we can't talk together. And y'all need self control, child.
I agree with you, Jahanama.
Mark. Did you finish?
Mark
Ufini?
is
yeah, I
done.
think
He's
I'm
going to
finished.
sleep.
And I
It's
can.
4
Okay,
a.m.
so
Just responding to
Finley,
him.
did you want to say something because you just came back?
Jahanama,
I think
Go ahead.
okay, yeah, I think Johanna and Mark both made some very good points. You know, I definitely think security is the answer first. I think if we want to get the power for the citizens, food for the people, you know what I'm saying, we need security first, you know. I'm pretty sure everyone agrees with that here, so yeah.
I agree with
Johanna, wait, Jay. Johanna,
what she was. I was
you
waiting
wanted
for
to
her
say
and she
something. You said you
interrupted.
disagreed. You want to tell
Because
us?
I was saying
when I say
I was saying I
I
agree
was
first
not
before she
talking to you,
interrupted.
Jay. I was talking to the woman. Please, sir.
Because when I say I disagree, like a lot of times in Haiti, the people are so beat down that they need someone that stands and stand firm that they could
But come
lean
on,
on.
Jahanama, that's not true.
Oh my God.
No.
I'm about to, I've dealt with this face to face. I'm telling you, and not to say Haiti need dictatorship. I
Johanna's
would never
right.
say that, but they need someone to put the pants on and handle shit. That's basically what it is. And this is when the New York, I'm telling you, I think if every New York Haitian pulled up to Haiti, shit changed. Because a lot of things, m'bagge patience
Johanna,
pou chita m'panavo.
you know what it is?
Fait travail la
Johanna,
fini avec.
All right, hold
Johanna,
on, guys.
you
Hold
are.
on, hold on. Give me some time here. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. I have Richard Funfun from this organization called Fait Haiti Bon Encore. Him and I are gonna do a joint live, which is where I'm gonna invite you guys to have these conversations with him because he has the resources and the pull to take in these advices and give it out to other people, like take in the input and put it out to his organization. So it's called Fait Haiti Bon Encore, and it's with Richard Fafa at 7 p.m. I posted about it on my page, and guys, I am so tired. I absolutely love this live. I love meeting all of you guys. You guys have great opinions. Sajas, you are so incredible. You are a powerhouse with your speech. Finley, you had great opinions. Birdie, you had great opinions. Venezuelan guy, you did your best, and that was this was my first introduction to you. Resonation, you were fantastic. Johanna, you're gonna make like a fantastic human rights lawyer. B Willie, I loved hearing from you. You're so smart. But again, guys, tomorrow 7 p.m. we're gonna have like a more moderated conversation. We're gonna have a 60-second timer where everyone has 60 seconds to get their point in, and then whoever wants to respond, you will have 60 seconds. And we're gonna have it again tomorrow 7 p.m. with Richard Fafa of Fait Haiti Bon Encore.
Sounds
Good night.
All right. Good night.
Good night.